Welcome to this Thursday night edition of Premier League Wiffle. Happy Cinco de Mayo, everybody. Tonight, we have a matchup featuring top-ranked The Ones, coming in with a record of 23-10, facing off against the 9th place Warbirds, sitting at 12-24. The Ones are coming off a series victory against the defending champion Sand Vipers last week, and are led by MVP frontrunner and perfect game holder Ryan Chen. The Warbirds have played a pair of high-scoring series back-to-back and are 3-3 in their last 6, but they'll be without all-around superstar Jim Dodos tonight, a likely costly loss to their roster, facing off against the Ones with their playoff hopes on the line. The Ones look to continue to solidify their spot at the top of the standings, while the Warbirds hope to keep their season alive. Tonight on PLW. Welcome in, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us here tonight. Kyle Lohman, Tom Gannon up here in the booth calling this matchup. Number 1 ranked Ones against number 9 ranked Warbirds. What do we like tonight, Tommy?
I mean, the Warbirds without Jim, I think you know exactly what I'm going to say, Kyle.
They got a tough road against them. I mean, they're on paper, this is all Ones. They're stacked top to bottom. They have basically the best and deepest rotation and maybe lineup in the league as well. I mean, this has to be... Ones have to be only thinking sweep on their mind. Anything less than that, they would have to be thinking it's a disappointment of a night.
Although, Kyle, you know firsthand, the last time the Ones faced off against a team in last place, they actually lost the series. So is this kind of one of those situations where they're expected to sweep, so maybe they kind of come out flat?
Yeah, it could be one of those play down to your opponent types of situations where maybe when they face off against a foe like the Sand Vipers, who they know they have to bring their A game against, they step up and reach that max level, where maybe they let a little bit of foot off the gas slightly against these teams at the bottom. And if the Warbirds, can ride Brandon Mayo's good pitching tonight, and Matt Petrikis can throw some innings as well, maybe the Warbirds do steal 1 or 2 here.
Yeah, and looking down at the field at the Ones, they're being a little silly down that sideline. Not sure if they came ready to play today, but will that even matter? They're a team that can show up, and sometimes they show up like this and sweep.
Yeah, it does seem to be like they don't even really have to necessarily try to bring their total 100% A game, and they're still basically the toughest team to beat in the league. But, you got to be careful. There's a lot of parity in the PLW top to bottom.
Yeah, it's a big trap series for me. I mean, maybe the Warbirds win the series. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely one of those spots where on paper, yes, it's got to be all Ones. We're thinking all Ones. Oh, Chen's going to have a huge night. Couts is going to have a huge night. And then all of a sudden, Brandon Mayo's throwing a complete game 3 hitter. And, the Warbirds take the first game 2-0 on the back of a Buck Burner home run or something like that. Could easily see it, right?
Absolutely. I think the Ones are in for an interesting series here.
Yeah,
if the expectation is sweep, there's nothing but disappointment.
Yeah, agreed. Let's go ahead and take a look at that Ones lineup and see how they've got themselves lined up here against the Warbirds tonight.
Leading off, they've got Justin Spurrier, the third baseman, batting second. Adam Couts, the shortstop in the 3-hole. Ryan Chen playing second base. Austin Bird Bull, the DH, batting cleanup. Adrian Gutierrez, another DH, batting fifth. And Spencer Barrick playing center field in that 6th spot. Scottez Dobbins, the manager, getting himself out of the lineup, giving his spot to Spencer Barrick is kind of what it seems like here. They've also got Cody Schmidt, starting pitcher in Game 1, Tyler Applezoller, and Jeremy Llewellyn.
Yeah, I think it speaks a lot about how the depth of this Ones lineup, where a player of the caliber of Scottez Dobbins and even Cody Schmidt, who has tons of power, are not even in their starting lineup. 2 guys that would clearly be starters on basically every other team in this league find themselves as the 7 and 8 hitters on this team. Just a true, show of how deep this Ones lineup really is.
Yeah, their pitching staff might be just as deep, too. They've got about 7 capable pitchers on the Ones.
Yeah, I mean, they mostly rely on the arms of Cody Schmidt getting the start here in Game 1, Ryan Chen and Adrian Gutierrez and Adam Couts. But, of course, Justin Spurrier behind him can throw some as well. Jeremy Llewellyn has shown the ability to throw strikes. And, of course, Austin Bird Bull as well, who was,
real wild card.
Very wild card. He was the Stonemen's 1A, 1B pitcher along with Levi Lawrence a few seasons ago. So yeah, just loaded with arms this one's team is, and of course loaded with bats as well. So the ones look to be favored here, but would like to see the Warbirds give them some dig deep, ride the pitching arm of Brandon Mayo here.
Yeah, Kyle, I know you made the schedule. It was amazing that you anticipated that trade, making sure that the first pitch on Cinco de Mayo is thrown by Brandon Mayo. That was just
amazing
foresight.
I will pat myself on the back for that
You
one,
knew he
Tommy.
was going to get traded to the Warbirds. You had to make sure the Warbirds were playing on Cinco de Mayo, not the Night Owls. First pitch, here we go.
Brandon Mayo throws a strike. Justin Spurrier takes a funny hop over to Matt Petricus at short, but one pitch, one out. And Brandon Mayo retires Justin Spurrier here in the top of the first, and that's going to bring up switch hitting Adam Kautz, going to bat from the left side here against the right-handed Brandon Mayo.
That ground ball took a huge hop, Kyle. That was kind of a charity hop. Ended up right in his lap. Avoided the sort of in-between hop that could have happened had that ball played normally.
Kautz is going to swing at the first pitch here, and Petricus overplaying second now. And that's 2 pitches, 2 outs for the Warbirds. Just what they want here in the top of the first. Nobody on, 2 out for likely MVP candidate Ryan Chen.
I mean, he's definitely a candidate. Likely MVP winner, Ryan Chen.
Yeah. Absolutely a candidate. The front runner for MVP. Coming off a monster series a couple weeks ago where he hit 7 home runs. New PLW record. And then the week after followed it up with a perfect game. What a season so far for Ryan Chen. 0-2 here. And he swings and misses, and Brandon Mayo goes 1-2-3 against the ones in the top of the first. And just like we kind of talked about, if the ones aren't careful, they can, they be taking a team like this for granted, and the Warbirds can catch them sleeping and maybe steal a couple tonight. So
254,000 wiffle ball points on the ones at -3.5. The Warbirds plus 3.5, 144,000. And let's look at that Warbirds lineup. Leading off, Buck Burner playing right field, batting second, Peter Mockabee playing second base. The 3-hitter, Brandon Mayo, the starting pitcher who you saw get those guys 1, 2, 3. James Perez, the rookie, the DH in that 4 spot. Matt Petricus playing shortstop, who you saw was busy in that first inning. And Tyler Walensky in the 6th spot. Substitutes KJ LaCroix playing third base. Dan Pickering, who will likely see some pitching this series. And the manager, Chris Warfield, probably not going to play this series much, if at all.
Yeah, that big omission, Jim Dodos normally in that 2-hole right between Buck Burner and Peter Mockabee. Really a big loss for the Warbirds tonight. He's leading the league in OPS, I believe, or just behind Ryan Chen. He's up there in every offensive category is Jim Dodos. So the Warbirds will be missing that bat tonight, and hopefully they can overcome it with Peter Mockabee in town. Power-hitting left-handed batter may be able to take over for the loss of Jim. We'll see if the rest of the lineup can step up here. Good to see KJ LaCroix back out here after a few weeks off. He's likely going to get some at-bats tonight. He can jump on one just as easily as anybody else. Cody Schmidt deals to Buck Burner. First pitch is high for ball 1, 1-1. Buck swings at that, rolls it over towards Kautz, who kind of tries a one-handed up the middle, and it goes off of his hand. Kind of a tricky little play. Could have slid over maybe another step before getting his hand down, but either way, off his hand and into left field, and Buck Burner's on with a leadoff hit.
We've got an interesting matchup tonight. The 2 pitchers kind of feature that same curveball between Cody Schmidt and Brandon Mayo.
Yeah, your stereotypical 12-6. They're both very reliant on it. Mayo does a pretty good job of dropping down, throwing that sidearm pitch as well, trying to paint the bottom half of the zone. Mockabee jam there, goes off the hands of Justin Spurrier playing shortstop. And back-to-back hits from the Warbirds here, and they're in business. First and second, nobody out for Brandon Mayo.
Almost the same play there, but that time in the air. Here we go, Cinco de Mayo.
The day named after this man right here. He swings and rolls over to the first pitch. Schmidt goes over to 3 to Spurrier. They try to turn 2 to Chen, and they get it in time. They tried for 3. Why not? Chen spikes it low and probably was a little late anyway, but would have been the first triple play in the new format of PLW. But they do get 2, and a rally kill just like that. Runner on first, 2 outs now for rookie Jimmy Perez.
See what Perez can do here. You see the outfielders for the ones kind of giving him that hole around the Cheers beauty sign, that's actually where he tends to hit the ball.
And that's a rocket to left field off the fingertips of Scottez Dobbins and hits the container for a 2-out triple. That's going to score Brandon Mile from first. And the Warbirds jump to the lead first here in the first inning, 1-0.
And the first man to score on Cinco de Mayo. I mean,
could you have written the script any better, Tommy?
Probably a little. If it was a home run,
that's true.
That would have been a better script, I think.
Petrick swings at the first pitch there, pops one out to Spurrier at third for the third out. But the Warbirds strike first and get a 1-0 lead, and sometimes that's enough for Brandon Mayo here. That might be enough. You just never know. The guy is basically one of the best pitchers in PLW history, and they're going to need him tonight.
Basically the best.
Yeah. Statistically, 500-plus career strikeouts, just all-around stud. The top of the second inning is brought to you by Leilani Acuna, the official realtor of PLW. Whether you are buying or selling a home, you now have a realtor trusted by PLW players and family. You can connect with Leilani on Instagram at Leilani Acuna.
Yeah, I wonder if Leilani is going to have to find another team to root for in the playoffs if the Night Owls don't make it. Does she have a second favorite team?
Does she have a backup team?
I feel like a lot of Night Owls fans are kind of getting on the bandwagon to other teams, thinking, "Oh, I want to watch the playoffs."
Wow! Ouch! The Night Owls coming off a sweep, taking shots from Tom Gannon.
Nothing but haymakers tonight.
Completely even action on this game. 296,600 on the ones minus 3.5, and 297,100.
I think
on the
Warbirds fans are starting to see.
3.5.
They're starting to look at their calendar and look who's pitching.
Shane Weber rings up, or at least calls a strike there on Austin Bird Bull leading off here. Can't hold up. Goes down 0-2 against Brandon Mayo. See how Bird does with 0-2 here, if he gets a little antsy or not. Does a good job laying off that outside pitch. 1-2 now. Mayo drops down and Bird fouls that one back.
I think he's sticking his finger in that particular pitch down there where he drops down to a sidearm angle.
Yeah, you think so?
I believe so.
And Bird chases that one, and that's going to be a strikeout for Brandon Mayo here for the first out in the top of the second. Brings up Adrian Gutierrez. Takes ball one. Ting, 52. Mayo gets ahead again, 1-2 here.
You know, Kyle, I think Goot's one of the guys people forget about when they're talking about who's got the highest exit velo in the league. Goot hits the ball hard.
Hits the ball hard, hits the ball very, very far. Has some of the absolute longest home runs here in PLW. Gets on top of that one, though. To Petricus at short. Nice strong throw. Retires Goot for the second out here in the second. Brings up Spencer Barrick, who's really emerged the last number of weeks, found his way into this one's lineup, replacing manager Scottez Dobbins. Just shows you what he's done as of late.
Yeah, been used mostly as just a defensive-only outfielder, but over the past few weeks, he's been one of their best hitters.
Yeah, really known for his athletic ability out there in typically right center field. But jumped on a few lately, including a grand slam or so, and just gets under that one. KJ LaCroix's first test when he welcoming back.
Oh, no.
And a few weeks off gets you a little rusty there, Tom, and we see it right there as KJ drops that what should be a routine pop-up. Gives an extra out to this dangerous, dangerous ones lineup, something the Warbirds do not want to do at all tonight.
Yeah, the trade deadline is tomorrow at 11:59 p.m. If anyone wants KJ, you should hit up Chris Warfield.
0-2 to Spurrier here. Mile tries to speed him up, 61. Misses low in the dirt. 1-2. Spurrier rips that one to left side.
Oh, no.
Tyler Walensky might have got a finger on it, but either way, it got to the wall.
Should be out of the inning, and now looks like it's second and third.
And he doesn't get a finger on it as Spencer Barrett comes around, and that error proves costly, and the ones tie it up just like that.
The vengeful Wiffle gods strike again. We didn't even call out to them.
It's amazing how just one extra mistake like that costs the team a run. A routine pop-up to KJ LaCroix at second base. Can't reel it in. And then Spurrier with a hard hit ball through the left side. Ties this game up at 1.
Looks like we get a poll. Who's on the trade block? Jim Dodos, GK Rabbit, KJ LaCroix, David Harley Jr., or Kirby Bucket.
What? Kirby's not going anywhere. As Couts rips that one to KJ. Does a good job knocking this one down. Petricus picks it up and fires to the backstop for the third out. But the ones do steal a run there and tie it up after a costly 2-out error. That's 1-1 here heading to the bottom of the second.
Yeah, nice stop by KJ, and just like that, he's off the trading block. Looks like David Harley Jr.'s leading in the poll.
Oh, all right. Good for him, earning his way back off the trading block just like that.
This could be a fun game. The ones kind of, they're used to seeing Schmitty dice people up with that curveball, and now they're getting a little taste of their own medicine. Seeing Brandon Mayo throwing virtually the same pitch right back at them. Been effective so far. Let's see how he does second, third time through the order.
Yeah, Schmitty, one of the best guys in the league at that 12-6 curveball. For whatever reason, he just, the way he comes in and the way he changes speed seems to keep everybody off balance. Does not really get, even though everybody kind of is aware of the fact that he throws a 12-6 so often, everybody has a hard time squaring it up. But Tyler Winsky does not miss squaring that one up as he hits it deep off into that pine tree in right center field. And the Warbirds retake the lead 2-1 here in the bottom of the second. First home run.
What'd you say about that being tough to square up?
Yeah, I don't think he missed squaring that one up at all, Tom, as we see the Warbirds trademarked handshakes after home run. Classy group of guys. I believe that's the first home run for Tyler Werlinski as a member of the Warbirds.
Yeah, you love to see that get off the schneid. He's been struggling a little bit after the trade, but tonight could be a big change to that if he can really get himself going.
Burner fouls
out off the TikTok phone.
Yeah, tries to take us out here early on tonight. 0-2 to Buck. Got that whole right side open if he wants to do something with it, but rolls over this one. Spurrier's going to charge it. Makes the throw to the backstop for the first out here in the second.
GK Rabbit's on the training block.
What? That's news to me.
Does someone know something we don't? Please let us know in the chat. Has Taylor Briner reached out to you about a trade?
GK plays too good a defense to be on the trading block.
Well, perhaps someone's looking for a defensive specialist.
You might be onto something there, Tom. I just don't know if the Snappers would want to give up such a lockdown defender.
The Snappers might need another hitter.
That's true.
Snappers are trying to make a playoff push, too, as Mockabee pushes that one right up the middle, not quite to the wall as Spencer Barrett gets in front of it.
Spencer Barrett does a nice job keeping that one from hitting that Leilani banner. Mockabee on here. One on and one out.
Great job from Barrick saving Leilani from giving away a free house.
Wow, free house is what we're up to now. I didn't realize that. And Mayo rips one through on his day namesake, keeps his good night rolling so far. It's first and second one out here for Jimmy Perez.
It's not Cinco de Schmitty, it's Cinco de Mayo.
You nailed it there, Tom. The Warbirds are up here hacking tonight. They're looking for Schmitty to throw some strikes, and they're here swinging at the first pitch in their every at-bat so far.
Schmitty definitely a strike thrower, so the Warbirds, if they're geared up, ready to go. Good take there, though.
Yeah, it's the right strategy in general against a guy who throws strikes. Look, you don't want to fall behind 0-2 all the time. If you know he's going to pump that first pitch in there, go ahead and go start swinging at that first pitch, and maybe you get the best pitch of your at-bat on the first one.
Oftentimes, especially in this league when every pitcher seems to want to get ahead.
Perez goes down swinging at a pitch in the zone there. Just couldn't quite get his hands high enough for that one. That's going to bring up the All-American Matt Petricus here. First and second and 2 out. A couple of ducks on the pond. Let's see if he can drive one in. He swings at the first pitch as well.
Petricus is a bit of a streaky hitter, but when he gets himself going early, he usually has a big night.
One of the most relaxed hitters overall up there in the box. So casual. Makes it look so easy. Nice pure swing, Matt Petricus. The 1-2.
Makes it look hard there.
But he goes down swinging. And Schmitty with a little shuffle after striking out back-to-back batters. But a little damage done. A solo shot by Tyler Rolinski And the Warbirds have regained the lead 2-1 after 2 here. We've talked the pregame, Tom. It was all ones. All ones. They're going to roll over this team, but you know, this is the game that makes a lot of sense that the Warbirds are going to fight the most. With Brandon Mayo on the hill, maybe Cody Schmidt's the most hittable out of any of the ones pitchers. As of late, Chen has been nasty. Couts has been quite good. Goot's been nasty. So maybe Cody, the one that they think they have the best shot against, and so far, so good. Up 2-1 after 2.
Yeah, and playing against one of the last place teams, I mean, it's kind of like getting in a fight with a girl. If you beat him, you beat him. But if they beat you, it's a little embarrassing. Maybe the one's a little nervous, pressing a little bit, trying to make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah, you could be right there. I mean, they're definitely, you know, they're in first place and have likely solidified a playoff spot as we expect them to win a lot of games the rest of the way. But, you know, they want to be the number 1 seed. They want to be able to have that mini bye and choose the winner of either the 4-5 game or the 3 seed. You know, and they'll get to choose their playoff day, Tuesday or Wednesday during the playoff week. So a lot of advantages to being the number 1 seed, and they want to win as many games as possible. Chen's looked like he's moved up in the box a little bit here. I remember he used to stand way at the back, but he's kind of more in the middle, kind of towards the front of the box here against Mayo. I wonder if that's because Brandon throws a lot of those low pitches, and by Chen moving up, they're not going to be as low as if they are when he's way back in the box.
Yeah, that 12-6 that drops right below that bottom bar, it's still kind of up chest level when it crosses the plate.
Right.
But he takes the walk there.
Big walk there by Ryan Chen. Basically the best eye in the league. Guy just does not swing at any bad pitches, it feels like.
And he swings at every good pitch.
And he swings at every good pitch, and he swings basically harder than anybody. And Bird rolls one over to Maccabee. He goes down to the ground, and he's going to decide to go to first to get the out, and does get Bird at first. That's going to slide Chen over to second. One's with a runner in scoring position with 1 out here.
Good strong throw from Peter Maccabee.
Yeah, I didn't think that was hit that hard. Maybe Mock got a little bit off balance. He kind of went to the ground, a little Sparkles-esque play over there at third base.
That reminded me of GK a little bit.
Yeah, GK more with the soccer style, kind of just knock it down. Don't worry about it. Maybe my fielder will be there, but that one got away from him, and he ended up just deciding to go home, but did a good job securing the out. And Goot just gets under that one. Walensky ranging over, but Buck called him off. But lack of communication there, and Burner drops it out in center field, and that's going to be an error. Going to be first and third, 1 out. And I think Tyler Walensky has to take the lead out there. He's the better overall outfielder. He's the more experienced outfielder. He's got to call that.
He's probably got bigger hands.
Probably got bigger hands. As Barrick rips one down the third base line, and that's going to be a double and going to clear the bases. Spencer Barrick stays hot and puts the ones back on top here, 3-2.
Yeah, I want to see the replay on this because that ball went to the foul side of the pylon, but it hadn't hit the ground yet, and it landed in fair territory.
I think you're right, Tom. That ball was only a foot or so off the ground.
It wasn't above the pylon. It wrapped around it, but it landed fair. So that's a fair ball.
It was such a hard hit line drive that it didn't land until about 12 feet from the wall, and it only was a foot or so off the ground. Incredible hard hit line drive by Barrick there. The ones retake the lead, 2-1. Looking to do more damage here, Justin Spurrier. He swings and hits one to Tyler Walensky. He goes off his hands and over the fence for a home run. Oh my God, I thought Tyler Walensky was there. He leapt up to make this catch, and the ball went off of his hands and over the Cheers beauty sign for a 2-run home run for Justin Spurrier. And some lack of defense by the Warbirds so far has cost them greatly, Tom.
Kyle, I don't think that was going to go out. I think he got a little assist on that. I think that might have been landing in front of the fence.
Yeah, I think
not
if
even
Tyler
a
wasn't standing there, that is a one-hop double to the wall for sure. He leapt up, it went off his hands, the ball went up in the air and deflected over the wall. And man, the Warbirds can't catch a break right now.
Could be out of this inning, Kyle.
Drop pop-up in the first inning cost them a run. Miscommunication out in the outfield leads to more damage, and the ones are just not the team you want to give extra outs to. 2,900 viewers over on TikTok hanging out with us tonight. Come on over to that link on your screen, twitch.tv/Premier Wiffle for the full broadcast, 3 camera angles, our beautiful faces, all the graphics, instant replays, everything. Wiffle points that you can bet on these games every game. The chat is much better over here on Twitch. Come on, check us out. Everybody that comes over stays. Nice job by Miles sticking his foot out there, legal as the pitcher, and gets Adam Couts. Really good fundamental play by Mile there, knowing he can legally stick his foot out here, knock this ball down, chases after it, and retires Couts.
Guess it's the bottom of the backstop there, though.
Yeah, rushed the throw a little bit, almost spiked it, but nevertheless goes down as a ground out.
From real close range, too.
Exclamation point Prime in the chat for that Prime sub link. Dodo's not here tonight. Yeah. Traveling back to see the family in California. A couple days, I believe. Chen walked last time, and now ahead here 2-1.
I think this would have been a frustrating night to be here if Jim were here, Kyle.
I was talking to Jim earlier today, and I gave him a little statistic. 19 guys in PLW history with 500 plate appearances or more, and only 2 guys with under 100 career strikeouts.
Is Jim one of them?
Jim is one of them, and the guy at the plate right now, Ryan Chen, is the other one. Basically, the guys with the best 2 eyes in the league and guys that just do not swing and miss almost ever.
I'm pretty sure I've struck both of them out.
Well, I believe it, as you are kind of regarded as one of the best to do it here in the PLW. Full count here to Ryan Chen. Gets a strike and rips it foul.
Just barely foul down the line, but Chen probably lucky that one went foul. Looked like Maccabee was there right by the foul line.
True, Maccabee playing nearly right down the line, 1 step over, a wife in the bag. Chen plenty of room up the middle, but normally looks to hit the ball hard and up and over that left field container, and he gets under this one. This one's going to carry in this win for sure. Over the scoreboard, 6-2. What were you saying?
I don't know, something. And that one...
I'm not sure what he was... Who did he think?
I think he heard me say that I've struck him out before.
He heard you. All right. I was the one preaching him, saying he was... I got really confused by Chen there.
Puts one over the scoreboard.
He was like mad at us for a second. I was like, what? I was like, what? Weren't we the ones just preaching how good of an eye and how powerful of a hitter he was?
I think he was just mad at the ball.
That's true. That's kind of what these good hitters do in this league. Guys like Jim Dodos, like Ryan Chen, like Adam Couts, they just get mad at the ball and they hit it hard and hit it far.
And if you take all your anger out on the ball, it'll go pretty far, as you saw there.
Bird ahead in the count here against Brandon Mayo, who already has 1 walk tonight. The Warbirds have to start to consider conserving Mayo's innings. This one's kind of gotten away from them as Bird rips that through the left side, and he's on with a 2-out single here.
Just barely bleeding through, too.
The 10th man of the plate here this inning. Yeah, I think Mayo is going to try to get out of this inning with no more damage done. This one, Buckburner's going to have another chance for redemption here. Oh, and right against the wall. And I think he just took a home run away from Adrian Gutierrez. But damage done as the ones get 4 here in the top of the 3rd and jump back on top 6-2.
Looks like that was definitely going to be getting over that fence.
Yeah, that looked like it was out for sure. Buckburner with a little bit of redemption for a misplay earlier in the inning, costing the Warbirds some runs there for sure. Cody Schmidt back on the bump to deal here. Yeah, it will be interesting to see what the Warbirds do here with Brandon Mayo in his innings. I mean, they're down 6-2 here. If they don't produce any runs here, down 4, I honestly would be shocked if they send them back out there. I mean, I think you need to try to score runs against Schmitty before you can think about trying to use any more Mayo's innings. I mean, here's a guy who you want to be able to stay in a game when you're really close in the game. Down 4, I just think at the time you probably have to go elsewhere. What do you think?
Yeah, a 4-run deficit, only 3 innings to go. I think you're better off going in your 2nd and 3rd pitcher, seeing who's hot out of those guys. Maybe even give this guy Tyler Walensky an inning as he rips one right off the hands of AK. And AK, a couple of, not necessarily errors, but plays that he's used to making out there.
Yeah, the first play of the game went off his hand, and that one was just a straight rocket right at him. Not exactly a lot he could do. If he had a glove on his left hand, I bet he makes that catch. But being barehanded here in PLW, those knuckling wiffle balls are not exactly easy to catch, especially when they're hit hard.
And it looks like Goots eating a piece of pizza, falling asleep, doesn't throw the ball back to Schmitty. And AK, he's got a smile on his face, didn't make that play, but they're up by 4. That's fine.
And Burner with some redemption as he hits a bomb over the container and cuts the deficit in half. And now it's 6-4 ones here in the third. Kind of back and forth we go. A little bit of a high-scoring affair here with the wind blowing slightly out here tonight, Tom.
Yeah, and AK not smiling anymore. That mistake coming back already. And looks like Miles going back out there. What do you think?
Yeah, now that they've cut this deficit in half and it's only a 2-run game, I mean, there's nobody out here. It's like the inning started fresh. We're here with Maccabee. Warbirds are going to look to do some more damage here. And I would say, yeah, no matter what the rest of the result of this inning, Mayo definitely goes back out there with only down 2. Warbirds are in this one for sure.
How quickly the tides turn out here.
Yeah, we were talking about, they got to conserve Mayo's innings here. But nope, 2 runs later, 1 big swing later, and let's go try to still win this game.
I think the whole game's just designed to make us eat our words every time we say something.
I think you're onto something there. Maccabee lays off that 57-mile-an-hour pitch in the dirt. 2-2 here. Tough matchup for Schmitty. Lefty-righty advantage for Maccabee. But he stares at a pitch that hits the pan, but it's going to be 57. And the count goes full. Maccabee thought he might have got there. Schmitty thought it as well, but 2 miles an hour hot. Maccabee rolls one over to Spurrier at short, 1 stride forward, makes a throw, and hits the bottom half of the backstop for the first out here in the bottom of the third, bringing up Brandon Mile. Warbirds are definitely a team that kind of relies on energy a little bit as well. When they get down and they're struggling to hit offensively and maybe, not executing on defense, the whole morale of the bench isn't quite there. But I think that home run by Buck, getting them back, what feels like back in this game.
Yeah, they've got the momentum right now.
Yeah, it has to help.
They don't have a lot of it, but they've got it. Yeah, the Warbirds definitely a better team when they can get that first game win. If they lose the first game, sometimes they're a little bit checked out.
Full count to Mayo here, and Spurrier misses low. That's going to be his first walk, but we got tying run to the plate in form of rookie Jimmy Perez. Perez with a 5-game hitting streak coming into tonight.
And he's got a hit tonight, so that's 6.
Yeah, number 6 for Perez so far. Adam Couts on the other side, sporting a pretty good hitting streak himself as Perez gets under this one. This one has a chance to drift, but Spencer Barrick does a great job on the warning track of securing that one. Boy, a ball like that, Tom, in these Tier 2 wins has a chance to really get out of here. I mean, that would be a standard kind of fly out on most nights here at the Hideaway.
I thought that ball was going to carry.
But yeah, a ball hit that high easily has a chance to get blown back in the wind. We'll see if Petrikis can get under one as well and try to do the same thing, but maybe carry it a few more feet. Behind 0-2, though. Schmitty tries to get him to chase way away. 1-2. K-Crib saying warning track power. Right there it was. Ooh, just foul down the third base line.
The best part was it wasn't even warning track power. The wind blew it out there.
That's true. It was basically a pop-up, a fly out in the middle of center field, and probably gained an extra 12, 15 feet with the wind. And Matt gets under that one. Schmitty off the mound, but can't quite get there. Petrikis is going to have second life.
The last time the Warbirds played and win like this, they really struggled to take advantage of the wind and get the ball in the air. I expect that they've maybe talked about that, and they're really going to try to do that tonight.
Chen out there giving Schmitty some pep talk. I think he was just giving him a second to catch his breath after he chased after that foul.
I think he told him a joke. I don't even think it was wiffle ball related.
Oh, all right. Petrikis rolls over this one to Spurrier. He's going to go the easy way to Chen at second, and they get the third out. But the Warbirds get 2 back, cut the deficit from 4 to 2, and it's 6 to 4 after 3 here. In a fairly high-scoring game, game 1 here, Hideaway Field tonight between the Ones and the Warbirds. Brandon Mayo going to go back out in the mound, only down 2. Going to try to shut the Ones down here in the top of the 4th, see if he can give his team a chance to get back in this game.
Yeah, the career leader in strikeouts going up not against the Ones ace, so this is definitely a good chance for the Warbirds to throw a punch, try to come away with a win here in game 1. The Ones tend to wait for game 2 to throw Chen. I think they're trying to make sure he's not matched up with an ace, try to really step on the other team in game 2.
Yeah, they've kind of rotated who's gone game 1 lately. Goot was going first a little bit. Chen has been mostly the game 2 starter, you are correct. Kauts kind of have had some game 1 starts as well. And he's been a little bit more of a bullpen guy lately, but they're looking to go Cody Schmidt here the first game and see if he's got what he's normally got. And they'll have Chan and Goot for the later games tonight. Brings up Spencer Barrick here to lead off. Really having a good couple of weeks, doubled in his last at-bat. They've emerged as another threat in their lineup. Hits it, rolls over one, off Petrikis' hand, and Makabe makes a nice, strong throw to the backstop. And Barrick's retired on 1 pitch. Exactly what Miles looking for. He's going to be looking for a nice, easy inning from himself and his defense here to get the Warbirds back in the dugout and going to hit. Dobbins looks like he's adding himself at the bottom of the lineup here. Spurrier still has a bat. So, yeah, Dobbins adding himself in the 7 hole here at the bottom of the lineup. Looking to get his night started.
Skips one in there.
489 viewers hanging out with us right now on Twitch. Thank you, everybody, for spending your Cinco de Mayo here with us at PLW, watching this great matchup of the top-ranked Ones, taking on the Warbirds, looking to keep their playoff hopes alive. 2-2 to Dobbins. He swings hard, rolls that one
Hits
foul.
himself in the back, Dobbins.
He's got such a long follow-through, and it's quick, and then his bat somehow hits himself in the back every time.
He has a bruise on his back from wiffle ball.
It's crazy, the flexibility of this guy. Putting together a great at-bat here. Full count against Mayo, who has 1 walk. Huge at-bat from the manager here. Big pitch. Mayo has to come to him. And Dobbins gets under that one, and that one's going to drift. Tyler Linsky has no chance at that, and the manager adds himself to the bottom of the lineup in the 7 hole and delivers with a home run, Tom.
Scottez Dobbins maybe wanting to watch Mayo throw a little bit before putting himself in the lineup. He wants to see what he's coming with.
Yeah, they went through the order a couple times here, and Ryan Chen comes in and spikes the Ones chain on Dobbins. Dobbins didn't know what hit him, but he's always happy to take that chain as it means he went deep. 7-4 Ones here. A little back and forth punches. Maybe, I don't want to quite say first one to 15, but it's going to maybe take double digits to take this one, Tom. As Spurrier swings at the first pitch and flies out to Walensky.
Yeah, we definitely have high-scoring conditions here, but not crazy enough wind where it's really affecting too much else.
Yeah, doesn't really seem to be affecting the pitching, but these balls that get hit in the air, all of them have a chance to leave the yard. And what is this?
Adam Couts.
Adam Couts has, I think I have this correct. He's grounded out in his first 4 at-bats, and he's up there with a completely naked bat. No grip tape, no tape on the barrel.
And he flies out to KJ. Not surprised.
Well, look, when you ground out 4 times in a row, you look to change something up. And KJ does a good job securing that pop-up.
Perhaps maybe just trying to get himself to hit rock bottom there so that it's all up from here.
Yeah, you might be right. 0 for 5 to start. No, that's very uncharacteristic of Couts. And maybe feeling a little pressure of a hitting streak is Adam Couts. 19 consecutive games with a hit, leading PLW.
And he's pulling stunts like that.
And trust me, he knows that he's got that hitting
lefty
streak on the line. Yeah, so Couts disappointed with his performance thus far in this game, but he's absolutely going to come up at least one more time and have a chance to extend this lead. 7-4 Ones here in the 4th. Warbirds looking to punch back. Tyler Linsky swinging a good bat so far. He's going to lead off here for the Warbirds. Cody Schmidt been a little roughed up so far.
Yeah, Walensky hit a home run at dead center in his last at-bat.
The Ones are really, they're believers in we're going to stick with our guy as long as we got the lead. So maybe some other teams in this spot where they see their starter getting a little roughed up, maybe would go to somebody else. But the ones up 7-4 here, they're like, we're not going to mess with anything. We know Schmitty can go out there and get us outs, so that we're going to still roll with him until for some reason we lose this lead. I mean, they're so deep with pitching, they could easily be going to Couts out of the pen or Spurrier out of the pen or Chen or Goot here and try to get some shutdown innings, but they're rolling with their starter.
Yeah, Schmitty is their guy. He's still in line for the win. They're going to let him roll out there. He's going to have to get into a lot of trouble to come out. They usually just kind of let the guys walk out. They use their walks strategically.
Walensky rolls a two-hopper over to Couts, who fires one to the backstop for the first out here in the bottom of the fourth.
The One's kind of one of the only teams that can really decide when to use those walks because they can afford to walk so many players with such a deep pitching rotation.
It's very true. It's a nice luxury that the Ones have to have such depth. As Buck Burner, deep to left, his second home run of this game. Had a 2-run home run last inning, and now a solo shot here in the fourth, and it's 7-5. Man, does he hit some bombs, Tom.
Once again, Buck has struck.
Buck has struck again. And we see the copyrighted, trademark, patented Warbirds handshakes that they've implemented a few weeks back. I'm a fan of their classy style. Maccabee, a guy easily capable of going back-to-back here if he gets the right pitch. Stares one into the pan there, but a little hot. Schmitty against Maccabee last time. Thought he struck him out on a couple of back-to-back pitches, but they were both 57s. Having a hard time getting down to 55 against Mock here again. 55 there, but he spikes that one in the dirt. Maccabee ahead 2-1 here.
They're leaving the middle open for Mock in the outfield, and he's probably going to
And he goes opposite field, and that one's over the container. Dobbins doesn't even give it a look. And now he looks to go make a change and get Schmitty off to the mound after back-to-back bombs by Burner and Maccabee. And they maybe without Dodos, this team hasn't missed a beat.
Buck has struck, and now Mock with a knock.
Yeah, some guys stepping up in Dodos' absence.
Making sure Maccabee touches home plate, and it looks like they're finally going to be going to Chen.
Yeah,
7-6.
Yeah, I think we called it right at the start of this inning, where as long as they have a lead and their guy is looking good, they're going to roll with them. But after back-to-back, extremely hard-hit balls from Buck Burner and Peter Maccabee off of Cody Schmidt, the Ones are making a move here and going to the dominant Ryan Chen.
Threw a perfect game last week. 9 innings, no hits, no walks, I believe.
Yeah, 2 weeks back, perfect game. 1,300 people hanging out with us on TikTok. Come on over to Twitch. Follow that link on the field, twitch.tv/Premier Wiffle. Get the full broadcast, 3 camera angles, graphics.
They can't see Kirby Bucket right now.
Replays. You can't see Kirby Bucket. You can maybe see him off the side of your screen. You just get that one camera angle on TikTok. Come on over to Twitch and sweat this big matchup here with us tonight.
Someone will probably gift you a sub if you come over to Twitch and you're nice.
That's true. Most of the people that come on over say, man, we love it here. And then we have such a great community that somebody normally just says, you know what? We don't want you to watch any ads. Boom, here's a sub. Hang out. And Mile gets just under this one. It's a tricky play, but Barrick does a good job securing that. Man, every ball in the air right now, Tom, has a chance to both leave the yard and be a non-routine play for the fielders out there.
Spencer Barrick does a great job of calling that, being very definitive, very loud out there, really takes charge. Seemed like he had no trouble with that, but that's not necessarily an easy play.
And Perez, this one goes off of Chen and then off of Couts. He's still got time. Throws it to the backstop. He doesn't have time. Basically a double error there on a very weird, slow-rolling ball off of Chen's hands. Couts uncharacteristically bobbles it at short and maybe doesn't quite realize he has to rush the throw. And Perez gets on first with 2 outs here, and the Warbirds steal an extra out. Petrikis goes after the first pitch against Chen, falls behind 0-2.
AK not having a great day so far.
Really, Couts, not a great start for Couts. 0 for 5 so far. A couple of booted balls off his hands, and there's another one. You know, kind of a little bit of half half on Chen, half on Couts there. But still, if Couts feels it cleanly after it goes off of Chen, he definitely gets the out.
And you see, the ones are giving Petricus a huge gap in left center. Dobbins really playing him down the line, and Barrick playing him opposite field. So anything to left center really kind of open for a double as he kind of goes there, but not far enough. Dobbins able to range over from left.
Good job by Petricus finding a hole, though, and giving the hot-hitting Tyler Rolinski an opportunity here for an RBI with 2 out. First and second, 2 out for Tyler Rolinski. And if he can get on, that rolls the lineup over back to the top for the big guys. Tyler takes a pitch, hits him. 1-1 here. Chen comes in a little too hot, though, 57. Rolinski gets ahead. Will be interesting to see if he got the green light kind of here on 2-1, 3-1. Or he's looking to maybe take a walk here against Chen, see a strike. Chen spikes one low, 56. 3-1 here with Buck and Mock on deck. You giving Tyler the green light here, or you giving him the red light? I think you got to try to give a walk to Chen, give the red light here, and give Buck a chance. And Tyler does take it. It's 56. And he steals
That's
a walk.
Smart red light, Kyle.
And now we have bases loaded for the guy who's hit home runs in back-to-back innings. Buck
Is that back-to-back
Burner.
plate appearances, too?
Back-to-back plate appearances, back-to-back innings with home runs. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Ryan Chen versus Buck Burner. Here we go. And Buck takes in there, but it's 57. Chen having a hard time getting down to 55 right now. Maybe a little wind causing him to overthrow. And radar's reading a little hot. Dodos in the chat saying, let's go Buck. And Buck rips it up the middle for a 2 RBI single. And the Warbirds retake the lead here, back and forth at the hideaway. 8-7 Warbirds bottom 4. And it's still first and second. 2 outs for the powerful Peter Maccabee.
Jim who?
Yeah, I forgot the guy's name. What is his name?
No,
again?
I'm saying Jim who? Oh, Dodos.
Dodos, yes.
That's the guy. That's the guy they're missing. But doesn't look like they're missing him right now.
Maccabee gets ahead here, 2-1. Chen's looking to go in for him, and Maccabee's looking for a strike, but Maccabee takes high. Not a guy to really force anything. He's going to let the next guy up do work if he's the one who can, work walks and whatnot. 3-1 here. Chen with a walk already in this game. Maccabee, let's see if he has the green light. Takes, and it bounces low, and it's 55, and that's the second walk for Chen in this inning. And Chen is out of the game. And the bases are reloaded. And they're going to go to Couts here to try to close the door in this inning.
So, Kyle, AK, not hitting that well today. Not fielding that well today. Is he going to have the trifecta and not pitch very well today?
He's got a tough spot ahead of him right now. He's facing a bases-loaded 2-out situation. The ones that come into this inning up 7-4. Now they're down 8-7. A lot of pressure on him because if he gives up a hit here, the Warbirds will be up to double-digit runs. And the ones will be trailing by a decent margin again. So big pressure on Couts to come in and get Mayo retired. And today is Cinco de Mayo. And Brandon Mayo going to look to do some damage here.
I know I've said it a few times, Kyle. It's not Cinco de Couts. It's Cinco de Mayo. Bases loaded, 2 outs. If he gets an out here, it's no longer Cinco de Mayo. And I can't say it again.
Wow. This one situation you're going to take away from him. Okay. Here we go. Biggest at-bat of this game so far. A little bit of a defensive shifting here. Adrian Gutierrez is going to go over and play third. Spurrier playing short, taking over for Couts. Chen's at second.
Really giving him the opposite side over Chen's head.
And Mayo gets under that one, lifts it deep to right, and on the first pitch on Cinco de Mayo, Brandon Mayo with a grand slam. And it's 12-7 Warbirds here in game number 1. The absence of Jim Dodos, this team has stepped up top to bottom.
Jim who?
And jumped on this one squad.
All right, it's still Cinco de Mayo. As I was saying, they were giving him that whole side, and he took that side. I think he was just looking to bloop in a double, decides to...
Perez gets under that one. It might find a hole, and it does. Barrick can't make the play. Yeah, he was just looking for the first pitch strike and got it from Couts right down the middle. Couts, after a couple walks from Chen, wasn't really looking to mess around, wanted to come right after Brandon. Warbirds swinging at the first pitch so far all night tonight, and it's really netted some dividends. And Petrikis goes after the first pitch, right at Barrick in dead center, who secures the last out of the inning. But the Warbirds do some serious damage, and they get 8 runs here in the fourth and retake a huge lead, up now 12-7, heading to the top of the fifth. And now it's the Ones' turn to punch back.
Yeah, and the Ones, everyone before the game had a smile on their face, and it looks like the only person really smiling left on the Ones is Jeremy Llewellyn. He's just happy to be here.
Yeah, he's happy to be on this roster of a team that's in first place. But look, the Ones can change their frowns into smiles in a hurry with a couple of hard-hit balls. Brandon Mayo hasn't exactly been shut down so far this game, giving up 7 runs through 4 innings. Was hurting that league-leading ERA or league top few ERAs. Last couple of weeks, Brandon Mayo's been less dominant. So the Ones are, they're not as fearful to see Brandon on the mound as maybe some other teams were earlier in the season. Ryan Chen's going to look to get the Ones started here in the top of the fifth and do some damage right away.
Trying to get some of those runs back. And is 12 enough, Kyle?
You would say in any game in PLW that if you got 12 runs, you're a humongous favorite. And a long check swing from Ryan Chen. Shane says he doesn't go, but it did hit the pan and is a strike regardless. 0-2, Mile gets ahead. See how he works Chen on 0-2. See if he goes hot here. And he does. 66 down the middle. There's no chance Chen swings at something like that. Just does not. See you guys on TikTok looking for Cam. Yeah. Looking for Cam 2 and Cam 3. You're not going to get those on TikTok, only on Twitch. Head on over to that link on your screen, twitch.tv/PremierWiffle. See the full broadcast.
Link is also in our bio. Get on over to Twitch.
Chen just does not swing at any bad pitches. It's really incredible to watch this guy with his plate discipline.
He doesn't give you anything.
Literally gives you nothing. Just forces you to come after him. And when you come after this guy, he usually punishes you. It's just guys that hit the ball as hard as he does and want to swing as much as he does normally do not have the discipline he does. And it's just amazing that a guy with such power and hitting ability can also have the patience to just lay off pitch after pitch after pitch and really force the pitchers to come to him. And he says, I want to pitch here. And when they do, he does not miss it. And another walk by Chen there. And that's going to do it for Mayo as he walked Chen earlier in the game. And the Warbirds are going to go, what I would think is Matt Petrikis here, but Maccabee is an option as well. Pretty much only 3 pitchers tonight.
And when you see Chris Warfield rubbing the back of his neck like that, you know he's stressed. He sees the score. He wants to get this game right now. And like I was saying in the pregame, the Warbirds, when they win game 1, they're a good team. When they lose game 1, they can get deflated. So they need this win right now, game 1.
Yeah, they absolutely do. And they're not going to go to Matt Petrikis. They're going to go to Peter Maccabee, veteran pitcher. Not as much veteran in PLW, but been playing wiffle ball a long time. This guy is a guy who can come in and get outs for sure. Bruce asking me, Loman, do you want to get traded from the Lightning now after the Cody fiasco last night? Look, I'll be honest, dead honest with you, Tom. Not a fan of the trade. Mostly not a fan.
Did we see who won that poll? Who was on the trading block? I saw GK was winning.
I think it was GK won it. Look, I'm not a fan of like the guys that came over to the Lightning. Kiefer's a stud. Bo Evans was a guy who I played with last year.
Evans had that sort of shoulder issue though.
Yeah, he kind of fell on it a little awkward
That's
last
tough.
night. But look, I love those guys, but man, I was so happy to be playing with Cody Runnels, and the fact that he's now been shipped away from the Lightning, really disappointing. Really disappointing. I did not want to stop.
Kiefer McClendon
playing with him.
also going to be on the Lightning. I believe he's expected to be playoff eligible. Could be a big piece. He
Yeah.
is a big person.
He's not a small guy. Yeah, Kiefer McClendon, number 3 overall draft pick this year. Absolutely a stud. Lightning edition after the trade of Cody Giordano. So, I mean, I think it was absolutely a fair trade. The 2-for-1. Honestly, maybe even the Lightning come out ahead because of how good Kiefer's been.
Cody very dedicated to the
adding
league.
Bo as well, who's stepped up. Cody very dedicated to the league for sure. So, close trade. But, love my man Cody.
Yeah, he's
Really
right down
bummed
the
to see
first
him go.
baseline right now. There you see him.
Bird takes low from Maccabee here. See if Bird can have a little patience, wait to get his pitch and drive it. He chases low just after I say that.
I love the Warbirds going with Maccabee here because he throws those slow wiffle ball, hit the brakes type of pitches. And the ones, they're kind of sitting dead red at 55. If you slow that down, sometimes these guys are going to be way out ahead of those pitches.
Yeah, it's amazing that these pitches he throws, whatever he does, they literally feel like they
all flutter.
They flutter and just stop
every single one
in thin air. I faced them a couple weeks ago, and not to relate it to me, but man, I could not get this guy timed up at all. It just looked like the pitch was
just
coming
like that.
in.
Just like that pitch.
57,
Bird,
58.
Bird thought he was going to square
not.
that up and hit it to Kingdom Come, but he just gets a piece of it.
Yeah, I just could not trick myself into waiting. And Bird goes down swinging there. I thought I might have heard him get a piece, but I don't believe so. I think that was just nothing but thin air.
It's just the wind.
Just the wind. Maccabee comes in and strikes out Bird here for the first out in the fifth. Warbirds definitely looking to go out of this inning unscathed. If so, they'll have a humongous advantage here the rest of the way in this game. No tip. Yeah, we heard a little wind.
When the batter walks all the way back to the bench, it's hard to say there was a tip later.
The guys that know tips say it immediately, and yeah. And the umpires, we're up here with headsets on. We're not quite sure. The umpires are only 10 feet away, and they can easily hear whether or not the ball gets tipped.
Guys having a little bit of fun here. And the other good thing about that Maccabee sort of parachute ball is that last pitch was 54. Did that look 54 to you?
No, it looks like it comes in hotter. It looks like it's hot.
I think it looks even slower than that.
You're saying it looks like it slows down a lot?
So
I think when it comes out of it hand, it look quick, so a lot of times you get ahead of it, and then by the time it gets to the plate, it's a lot slower. That's usually what I'm saying.
Yeah. What I'm thinking, though, is that he just threw that last one 59, unless that was an exit velo, but it was right down the line. So he can actually throw that pitch a little bit faster since it slows down so much. You think when he throws a 56, a lot of times it's those pitches where people look at each other like, there's no way that was 56. I mean, you throw that similar sort of slurve that sort of pumps the brakes and gets that same effect.
And Gook gets under this one, but it doesn't quite have enough. Maybe the wind's died down slightly. Maybe not actually now looking at the trees, but I just don't think he quite got under that one enough to get it to really carry. Burner does a good job ranging over and securing the second out.
Yeah, I'm not sure Good even really swung too hard at that one, maybe just trying to slow his swing down so he doesn't get too far ahead of that stopping ball.
Yeah, I was thinking more contact there versus trying to drive the ball super far.
See, that last one was 57. Didn't look quite as fast.
Really deceiving pitcher, Peter Maccabee. Very, very tough. Tough to see it through the camera how deceiving these pitches and these pitch speeds are coming out of this guy's hand.
Yeah, that pocket radar reads the speed right about the first foot out of his hand. So the speed that it's coming at out of the hand is what it's going to read, not the speed it's at when it reaches the plate, which is much slower.
And he's got that spin on the ball that just allows it to slow down as it gets closer to the plate.
The old stop ball.
Great play by KJ LaCroix to back up Matt Petrikis there, who let that ball get through his legs, but KJ was right behind him the whole time. Fundamental backup play there. Flips it over to Mayo at second for the third out. And the Warbirds shut down the ones there.
Makes it look easy.
Yeah, don't let them score. Hold on to this lead. And now the Warbirds have a chance to actually win this game in this inning. 3 runs, Tom, and this one's over.
If it wasn't official before, it's official now. KJ LaCroix is no longer on the trading block.
Yes, after that first botching of that drop pop-up in the first inning that cost the second inning that cost them a run, KJ LaCroix looks to be back to his old self, playing solid defense. Really smart heads-up defense. Back when Sean Merciel was over there on the left side with him, the two of them turned some great, really heads-up double plays where they knew where each one other had to be. I remember a really good double play, a situation where KJ was on third and Merciel was on short, and the ball kind of got hit to KJ, and they ended up switching positions, and KJ at third ended up flipping to Merciel at third. Up KJ at short, whatever. It was like it was just really good heads-up positioning. And KJ
good communication as well.
Yeah, exactly. They've done a great job on the infield here with Petrikis as well. The Warbirds play good defense overall. And we're going to see Jeremy Llewellyn here take the mound.
It looks like the ones are doing about as close as they come to throwing in the towel, and that's putting Jeremy Llewellyn on the mound.
Yeah, they're not quite waving the white flag as they have a guy who can get them some outs here, but they clearly don't want to waste any innings from Goot, from Couts, from Spurrier. They're going to give Llewellyn a chance here to pitch it in a fairly high leverage spot. So they're down 5, and obviously they don't want to be down anymore after this inning. So if Llewellyn gives up 3, this one's all over, and the Warbirds take game 1. We'll see how it goes. Who was on the trading block? Schmoopy, which is me, Loman. Trevor Bauer, Mark Tavano, Adam Couts, Matt Petrikis. I see no vote so far for Mark Tavano, and I got to agree with that. We know manager Adam Tanek is in love with Mark Tavano. Not in love, but knows that he's got a...
Maybe
he is. Who knows? He knows he has a stud there in Mark Tavano, one of his first-round draft picks this past season. I don't think that guy is on the trading block anytime soon. Walensky gets under this one. Llewellyn is going to field his position well and secures the pop-up for the first out.
I think that might have been a knuckleball from Llewellyn. Let's see that one more time.
Yeah, I think he was throwing a few in warm-ups here. Absolutely looked like a knuckleball there, floating in, 50 miles an hour.
That brings KJ LaCroix to the plate.
Yeah, LaCroix looks like he got added to the bottom below Tyler Walensky, so he's in the 7 hole here with Buck Burner on deck. He checks his swing there to pitch inside, gets ahead 2-1.
Good take there. Checks his swing, shows the pitcher that he's ready to go, ready to swing, even in that count.
Trevor Bauer might be on the trading block. Where would he go? Who could be a team that could use that big of a bat?
Who has enough to give up to get Trevor Bauer?
I know. Brad is raising his hand over there. He says, but I don't believe that. The Legends, I mean, they're not short of bats at all. Yeah, those guys hit home runs left and right. They didn't quite kill the Lightning last night as maybe, fans might have thought they would have, but they did sweep, but I don't know.
Couts having a tough start. Maybe Couts on the trading block.
Ooh, maybe Couts on the trading block as KJ works a walk there against Llewellyn.
I think everyone should be voting for Couts. Trevor Bauer, why does everyone vote for Trevor Bauer in every trade poll? Does Dragon Lady want him on another team?
Oh, man. I don't know. Couts, I think he's solidified his spot here. He's just too good of a stud. I know him and Spurrier are close.
Looks like they've taken him out of the field. That's how much he's struggling so far.
Wow,
Kyle.
You're right. He's not on the field. This might be the first time I've seen a situation with Adam Couts is here and not playing the field.
Yeah, really struggling, slow start, not hitting the ball, gave up a grand slam. I mean, everything that could go wrong is going wrong for Adam Couts right now.
Mark Tavano chiming in saying, Mark Tavano on the trading block. Who's running this poll? Burner just gets under that one. Spurrier ranges back just behind short and makes the catch for the second out.
I wonder if Glenn Meadows is running the polls recently. Dropped from the Sandvipers, a little salty.
A little bit. He was the last couple nights, but I don't believe he's on the Twitch producer role tonight.
And Trevor Bauer wins the poll. Another knuckleball from Jeremy Llewellyn.
Trevor Bauer featuring a little bit of a knuckleball himself the few times he's got in the game. A guy who I know he wants to pitch, and he's been a little bit less than thrilled about not being able to pitch,
so maybe that's where all these votes are coming from.
Yeah.
The fans know more than we do.
Not being able to break into that Fernandez trio rotation of Max, Mateo, and Alex.
Yeah, maybe he's requested a trade. Maybe he wants some more innings. There's a lot of teams that could use more pitching that would love to have a Trevor Bauer type. Maybe he's requested a trade.
100%. Pitching depth around this league is vital to be able to be a contender for a championship.
Yeah. Look at the ones. They're putting their number 7 guy out there, and they have some confidence in him, too.
Yeah, he's a guy who could easily go out there and get a shutdown inning. Number 7 guy on a lot of teams might not be able to throw a strike. And he gets Mockabee to swing and miss at a pitch there down the middle, a little hot.
A little skip kind of pimps that third strike, even though they're down by 5.
Yeah, Llewellyn. Yeah, look, the guy gets an opportunity.
Yeah, he's getting his time.
The guy gets an opportunity, and yes, it's a 5-run game, but the ones could easily put up 5 here in the 6th inning, no problem.
Yeah, Llewellyn trying to show, hey, maybe I should be going in some more high leverage spots. I love that.
Yeah, trying
to
tell manager Scottez Dobbins, hey, look, pal, we know Ryan Chen's going to probably win MVP and everything, but
what are we throwing Schmitty out there
Who
for?
walked out of this game? Did I walk out or did Chen walk out?
Yeah. What have you done for me lately?
Right, exactly. So Dobbins is going to lead off here, and it's going to go Dobbins, Spurrier, and Adam Couts. And Adam Couts is 0 for 5 so far in this game. And he's got a 19-game hitting streak on the line. So he'll have another shot to extend that hitting streak, Tom.
Is he going to do it? What do you think? Peter Maccabee on the mound throwing the stop ball?
He's probably going to go up left-handed.
Oh, no.
You know what? I'm gonna say Couts is a gamer and finds a hit when he comes up.
I'm going to say he's going to bat right-handed.
Interesting. I'm going to say he goes lefty.
All right.
Dobbins falls behind 0-2 as he waves at one by Maccabee. And he waits on one. Petricus does a good job knocking it down, scampers forward, makes a strong throw in plenty of time to retire Dobbins for the first out here in the sixth.
Look at this replay. Look at the way Matt Petricus gets up and chases this ball. As soon as he knocks it in front of him, he gets up and runs for it. Has all his momentum going toward the backstop. Has a second to spare. Great play by Matt Petricus.
And we're not going to see it go to the top of the order just yet, as we see Tyler Applezoller getting added to the bottom here in the 8th spot. So we're going to need a base runner here to get Adam Couts back to the plate with a chance to extend his hitting streak beyond 19 games.
And do you think Couts is upset right now? He looks like he's got a frown over there. He knows that there's a chance he doesn't even hit this inning. He probably knows that his hit streak's on the line.
This is his boy, though. So anytime Apple gets in the game, Adam Couts is more than happy to see him up there getting some hacks. So I know he's going to be rooting on his boy here to hit one hard, try to keep this inning alive. Full count here. And that's high. And Applezoller in the 8th spot does a great job working a walk. Going to give Adam Couts a chance to come up to the plate. As long as Spurrier doesn't roll into a double play here, which I don't think there's...
Did you just jinx him?
No,
Did you jinx him,
way.
Kyle?
I'm taking really hard hit ball by Spur here. I think he's seeing the ball really well so far tonight.
Let's see what Mock comes
He's
at
got
him
a double
with.
and a home run so far in this game. Spurrier's been waiting for the opportunity to be the leadoff hitter on this team, and I think he secured his spot. And a big breaking ball that started at Spurrier and finished in the middle of the zone. Maccabee gets a look in there, and it's 1-2.
That was a buckler.
Whew, that was a big breaking ball. And he tries to go outside there. Just misses 2-2. Maccabee going to come after Spurrier here. Spurrier going to look to swing the bat. But it's low, and it's full here.
Full count. One on, one out.
Berwin Wiffle rating us with 9 viewers. Appreciate any of you ever decide to rate us.
Berwin Wiffle from the Chicago area.
Oh, very nice. Full count here to Spurrier, who hits it very hard, very high, deep to left, into the Hollis tree. And the ones bounce back a little bit, and it's 12-9. I don't want to say I called it, Tom, but I called it.
Oh, my goodness.
Spurrier hitting the ball hard. Second home run of the game for Jay Spur.
Into the top of that tree. Oh, my goodness. As Stein would say, that ball was spoinked.
That ball was spoinked for sure. That ball was absolutely crushed high, deep to left. A little bit of, when that ball gets up tonight, little wind is going to really launch it out of the ballpark. Couts, 0 for 5 so far this game, looking to extend his 19-game hitting streak, and he knows it. Takes 2-1 here. Be interesting to see if he goes down 3-1, if he gives Mock a courtesy swing on 3-1. 3-1 here. Couts with the green light, absolutely. With both that hitting streak.
Do you think he's going to swing at anything right now?
Maybe not anything, but
almost. I mean,
anything close.
A walk's not a hit, Kyle.
I think he's looking to swing here. And he chases that pitch, which does hit the zone.
I think he would have swung even if it wasn't.
I think he would have swung. And now he's going to give himself an extra chance here. 3-2.
3-2, big ones do. No runner on first anymore after that home run.
And Couts chases away. Maybe Maccabee knew he was a little anxious.
Maybe Maccabee knew about the hitting streak, taking some advanced notes.
He might have. And that's going to be an 0 for 6 for Adam Couts. That might be something we've never seen and may never see again.
Ooh, man.
Thanks,
That's
Chad
a big
Police.
yikes.
Appreciate you.
Especially to get that many at-bats.
It's hard to get 6 at-bats in a
Kyle.
game. Your team has to be doing well. And for you to not have a hit in one of them is really surprising. And a guy as strong as Adam Couts, as Ryan Chen absolutely demolishes this one way up there in that Hollis tree. My goodness, that was an absolute tank job. Ryan Chen, MVP leading candidate.
I know
My goodness, Tom.
The ones are down by 2 right now, but it doesn't feel like it anymore.
It's
down to their last out.
They're down to their last out.
You think Couts gets another chance?
I mean, you'd have to bet against it being down to their last out. You know, they're going to have to do some damage now that they're batting 8. You know, but look, they got
Actually,
Bird
is it
up
even
now.
possible? Would they have to win the game before Couts gets back out?
No, they wouldn't have to. But
So you're telling me there's
close.
a chance?
Yes, there's a chance.
Bases loaded, tie game, 2 outs, and then Couts goes over 7.
But we got 0-2 here to Bird. 1 strike away for the Warbirds. And Bird hits one to Petrikis at short. Makes a strong hard throw to the middle of the backstop. And the Warbirds take game 1. 3.5-run dogs in this matchup. And they win a high-scoring one. They've played nothing but high-scoring games we said it pre-game, where they've played back-to-back high-scoring series against the Lightning.
And a lot of really emphatic fist bumps over there in the Warbirds clubhouse. It seems like they are very pumped up about that win, and look for them to try to take that right into game 2.
Yeah, a team that is real. Yes, they're at the bottom. Yes, they're in 9th place. But they feel with the addition of Brandon Mayo, with Jim Dodos as powerful as he is, with Buck Burner heating up, with Jimmy Perez getting hot, with Matt Petrikis playing great wiffle all around, this Warbirds team feels like they can still make a run and they can rip off 5, 6, 7 in a row.
Jim who?
Jim who? Be careful, Tom. That's all I'm saying. You still have to face him a little bit. So, yeah, really great effort all around by the Warbirds here. The ones tried to fight back and make that one a game, and they did, but it ultimately 12-10 Warbirds here in game 1, and we'll be right back with game 2 right after this. Back here at the Hideaway, Las Vegas, Nevada, PLW. We just watched the Warbirds take down the number 1 ranked ones here in game 1, Tom. 12-10, a high-scoring game loaded with home runs. Spurrier with 2 home runs. Chen with 2 home runs. Dobbins with a home run. Buck with 2 home runs. Mock with a home run. Mayo with a grand slam. And Walensky with a home run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 home runs, I believe we just saw in that game.
Double-digit big flies. I bet the chat is loving it. That must have been a fun game to watch.
And we had dead even money on that one. $297,000 on both sides of that game.
The ones favored by 3.5, losing that game.
Yeah, they had almost the game covered in the middle when it was 7-4. But going to the bottom of the 4th, the Warbirds woke up and they jumped on them for 8 runs, including that grand slam by Brandon Cinco de Mayo to give them the 12-10
Yeah, Brandon might have earned himself a new nickname.
You might be right. We might be calling him I don't think he has one currently.
Yeah, so he's Cinco de Mayo now.
Yeah, Cinco de Mayo for sure. So far, Brandon Mayo, the guy tonight. Buck Burner having himself a heck of a game here as well. Peter Maccabee finished off that last one for the Warbirds, and he's going to get the start here in game number 2. And likely we're going to see Ryan Chen on the bump for the ones, as has been the way for them in game number 2. What do you expect here in game number 2 from both these teams, Tom?
I expect the ones to really try to bounce back here. They're facing the same pitcher they saw at the tail end of last game. They hit a couple big bombs off of him in that last inning, so I think they're going to look to really jump on him, really set the tone. They've got their ace, Ryan Chen, going. And I think the ones, like they try to do in a lot of these game 2s, is really step on their opponent. Obviously, they like to try to win that first game and then step on him in game 2. But, you know, after dropping that first game, stepping on him in game 2 is even more important so that they can try to deflate those Warbirds by game 3.
Really an interesting decision here with, you mentioned Peter Maccabee finishes game 1. And he ultimately got the job done and, you know, got the victory for the Warbirds. But it wasn't without some monstrous shots off the bats of the ones.
That ball Spurrier hit, oh my goodness.
Yeah, and then Ryan Chen right behind it with a mammoth home run. It kind of an interesting strategy spot where Maccabee comes in, and they hit him hard, and then he's going to go right back out there. Maybe this was a spot to actually go to Petrikis here on the mound in game 2, kind of mix it up, give the ones temporarily a different look. Even if Matt just goes the first inning and you give them a different look and then go back to Mockabee, maybe the call I would make. But Warfield's got faith in Mockabee. He's out-of-town guy. He comes in. He's got faith in a guy with a veteran resume in Peter Mockabee. Yep. And he's going to get the start here in game 2. We'll see how it goes. We'll see if the ones ride that big top of the 6th that they tried to come back in and ride that here into game 2.
Mockabee, he's a very crafty pitcher. I think he's really practiced a lot more at that brand new unscuffed ball out of the box recently, joining PLW. I think this might be the first league he's played in where he can't scuff the ball, which is what he is used to.
Interesting.
But now in this second year, seems like he's been practicing a lot more. I do actually kind of like him just starting this game. I'm sure they're going to give him a short leash as they do have Petrikis right behind him. But again, the ones going with Chen, you don't want to use too many Petrikis innings if you're not sure if you're going to be scoring off of Chen. I think they're going to hope to walk him out early, try to get a lead, and then maybe put Matt in.
Yeah, you might be onto something there. Key to victory for sure for the Warbirds will be getting Chen out of the game. Yes, we talked about how the ones are very deep in their pitching staff, but Ryan Chen has been so dominant that they're going to look to get him out of this game early. You guys drop down that prediction box so we can just quite see the spread, please, when you have a second. Spurrier takes the first 2 balls here from Mockabee. As Perrin asked, is Chad working tonight? No Chad tonight. He's got the night off, but he will be here in the booth tomorrow night with the All-American Matt Petrikis making his debut this season in the booth.
Wow.
Playing shortstop tonight for the Warbirds in the booth tomorrow night with Chad Sparkles Phillips. Mendo saying the ones are going to 15-run them this game. That's a bold prediction.
Is it bold? I mean, they scored 10 in the first game. A lot of innings from Mayo have been burned.
I would say any time somebody calls a 15-run drubbing is a bold prediction.
Drubbing, that's a hell of a word.
And Spurrier works the leadoff walk here.
Mock's already looking frustrated.
Mockabee goes for a walk over to Matt. Couch so far 0 for 6 tonight, losing that 19-game hitting streak, which was leading PLW.
So who's leading now?
Good question. Couch goes after the first pitch, fouls it off himself. Hollis Hale, the new active leader with 15-game hitting streak, 3-time reigning MVP Taylor Briner with 14 games, Andrew Leday with 12, and Kyle Etter of the Vaders with 10, and that's all 4 of your double-digit hitting streak guys.
Hollywood leading the league in hitting streak. Missed the last series.
Alyssa asking who won the last game. 12-10 Warbirds. The Warbirds were 3.5-run dogs, so not only did they cover, but they won the game outright. And Couts back-to-back tips, and unfortunately for him, that's going to be strike number 3. So Couts 0 for 7 to start tonight. Really off a little bit. Who knows? Maybe he had a bad day at work. You just never know why somebody can be a little off. I don't expect Couts to continue that the rest of this evening. He's just too pure of an overall hitter from both sides of the plate. Expect to see Couts bouncing back at some point tonight.
Yeah, I don't know if Couts had a bad day at work, but I know he's having a bad night right now.
So far. Chen a little surprised that that one floated and grabbed the outside pipe. He goes down 0-2. But we know his MO. He battles up there and forces these pitchers to come right after him.
Hit a ball to Timbuktu in his last at-bat against Mockabee.
Does a good job following that inside pitch off, staying alive. 1-2 here. Look for Chen to continue to hit the ball hard. Nice eye there. Looks back 58 miles an hour on that one. 2-2 here to Chen. Tough spot for Mockabee in the first. One's lineup is so loaded. Would love to see Chen roll over one somehow, but he's not going to do that. But he is going to hit a line drive right at Tyler Walensky. Thankful for Mockabee there. And
well
Walensky
positioned
records the
in
second
left
out.
field.
Yeah, right where he had to be. Hits it right directly at him. It's going to bring up Austin Bird Bull here in the 4 spot. He chases the first pitch.
Big wave
Goes
at that
down
one.
0-2. Yeah, Bird not known as so much as his patience like Ryan Chen is, but he can hit the ball really hard. But he swings and misses there, and Mockabee fades the leadoff walk and a hard hit ball by Chen and a scoreless frame and gives the Warbirds a chance to take the lead first here in game number 2. Good call by manager Chris Warfield going with Peter Mockabee. so far.
I think Peter Mockabee is a matchup nightmare for Austin Bird Bull. Look to that matchup the rest of the series. I do not think Bird is going to do well against Mockabee.
I think you've kind of nailed it. Bird is the type of guy where he's
sitting dead red at 55. If you're not
Yes.
throwing at 55, he tends to struggle, and Maccabee's got that. That ball's pumping the brakes twice.
Exactly. Bird is basically timing. He's anticipating a pitch 55 and in the zone, and is planning on swinging at it nice and hard and hitting it hard. And when you take slightly a few miles an hour off, maybe even a few miles an hour more, or you give a little bit of break to the ball, you can get Bird out ahead waving, and we saw him doing just that against Mockabee. And it's not going to be Ryan Chen getting the start here. In a surprising move, they go with equally dominant Adrian Gutierrez here in Game 2. Kind of not really been that much of a difference between the two this year. Yes, Ryan Chen with the perfect game, but if you look at some of their statistics, Adrian Gutierrez has been just as filthy as Ryan Chen.
Yeah, Chen walking out in Game 1, maybe doesn't think he has it, wants to maybe wait until Game 3, or perhaps just going to come out of the bullpen. But I wonder if any Wiffle fans are going to be upset about laying their points on one side or another and getting the wrong starting pitcher.
Yeah.
That's kind of on us. Are we fired, Kyle?
Well, you might be, if anybody. I don't think I would be. But, yeah, I don't, honestly, there's not a huge difference between the two, if you ask me. Yes, Ryan Chen's been quite nasty, but has shown a little bit of tendency to be a little wild at times. And
the prediction is still open. Let's see if we can click that down in the dungeon, find out who the points are coming in on. Looks like it's about a 2.5 line. Warbirds, 164,000. Ones, 208,000 on that minus 2.5.
Yeah, this line about to get closed here as we're in the bottom of the first, and the ones that not score in the top. As Buck Burner, a little over anxious there. A couple of bombs in the first inning. Maybe looking to get another one right away, but chases that pitch away, 0-2. And the points are coming in the Warbirds here. We're going to look to have balanced action probably once again. Burner stares at 56 down the middle, 1-2.
Now, Kyle, I know the trade deadline is tomorrow night at midnight. I see Bucky Wantman down the first baseline wearing a Warbirds hat. Do you think something's going down right now?
That's interesting. He was here pregame just taking some hacks. But I think he probably just needed a hat.
Maybe he just likes the Warbirds and got a hat, but I think he's about to get traded.
Wow, you're on it. You might be
all
onto
I'm
something.
saying is, if you heard it here first.
Okay, you want to be the breaking.
Yeah.
When
I'm the fake news network that breaks the story too early.
When PLW, on Twitter and Instagram release the official trade announcement, it'll say, credit to Tom Gannon.
Yeah, Bucky Wantman to the Warbirds for what though? For what?
I don't know. Ham sandwich. Mockabee goes the opposite way. Base hit. Dobbins does a good job knocking that down before it gets to the wall. Good job by Mockabee staying inside there, looking to go the other way. Big hole on the left side, shoots it over there. Gets a one-out single. Brings up Cinco de Brandon Mayo here. Is it Cinco de Brandon Mayo or Brando Cinco de Mayo? Either way, he rips a double in the gap.
It doesn't matter what it is. This guy's going to put every run he sees across the plate.
It's the day named after him.
Or was he named after the day?
No.
What came first?
I think
the
Brandon
Mayo
Mayo
family
came
name
first.
or Cinco de Mayo?
They knew this kid was going to be born to play on this day.
Yeah.
And he gives the Warbirds here a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the first. Perez stares at 55 down the middle. The Warbirds finally took a first pitch there. Perez may be regretting it. Chases after that one up and high, and he shoots it the other way. Deep to right, opposite field home run. Oppo Boppo by Jimmy Perez. And maybe the ones regretting not going Ryan Chen here. And the Warbirds jump on them, bottom one. 3-0 Birds.
Those who put their wiffle points on the ones definitely upset to not see Chen out there. And I think James Perez missed this ball and hit it over the right field wall. I think he was a little bit late, was going to drive through and try to pull it, but the ball just went over the fence. It seemed like he was fooled on that pitch and still hit a bomb.
He definitely was a step late on that. Thought he might have chased the pitch up high, but he ended up getting good barrel on it. Shot it the other way with these Tier 2 wins tonight.
I think you said he chased it as you were making the call.
Yeah, he was clearly a ball. It was clearly out of the zone. But look, pitches up in this league, if those ones get barreled up, those are the pitches that leave the yard.
Especially on a night like this.
Absolutely.
Definitely, The palm trees aren't quite dancing out there in center field, but the wind's up there if you get the ball high enough.
Petrikis sees that one hit top pipe, but it's 58 and 3,100 people hanging out with us on TikTok. Only saw one camera angle, probably barely saw that ball leave the yard by Jimmy Perez. Come on over to Twitch, twitch.tv/Premier Wiffle for the full broadcast. 470 viewers hanging out with us on Twitch, the full broadcast. This is how we like it. Petrikis works a walk. It's going to bring up Tyler Walensky. Had a pretty solid game number one. His only blemish was having that ball go off his hands in left center and the ball going over the fence. Back to Goot. Sunglasses fall off. Flips it to Chen, who makes a strong throw from second base for the double play and retires the side. But the Warbirds get 3. 2.5 run dogs in this game, and they're on top first here again, Tom.
Goot sacrifices the sunglasses in order to get the double play. I think Chen might have stepped on him. But that's okay. I think they're Oakleys. Nice and durable.
Nice and durable Oakleys. Maccabee back on the mound here. Worked a scoreless frame in the first inning. Manager Chris Warfield got to look for him to go deep in this game for sure. As Mayo went the entire way game one, or went most of the way game one, Maccabee had to come in late. So they want to try to conserve as many innings out of Brandon as possible. If Maccabee can be the guy to replace Dodos, to step up instead of Petrikis, and give the Warbirds some quality innings. The Warbirds are in good shape with Maccabee and Mayo on the bump tonight.
And it looks like Dodos in the chat trying to keep up with his team even though he can't be here. Good to see that, Jim.
Yeah, it's a full team top to bottom. This Warbirds squad, they play good defense, have solid pitching, and they can rake with the best of them, as we've seen some home runs out of Buckburner, Brandon Mayo, Tyler Walensky, and that's without Jim Dodos.
Jim who?
Exactly.
Oh, Barrick kind of gets buckled by that one.
Spencer Barrick going to slide up to the 5 spot here in this game. Maybe Goot slides out of the lineup, it would seem.
Perhaps with him pitching, they might just use him to pinch hit later, have him just focus on dealing.
You might be right. Barrick's been swinging a good bat.
Oh, another buckler. But just
high.
over that speed limit. I was fooled even by that one. Again, that floating pitch by Maccabee slows down quite a bit. Bit deceptive on the radar reading.
And Barrick can't wait on that one. That one was only 53 miles an hour, as we've talked about. Barrick out ahead of that one, thinking it was a little too fast, but it was not, only 53.
It seems like right as soon as you start swinging at that pitch, that's when it pumps the brakes and starts to move.
That's a bad time for it to be doing that.
Yeah. It's right there. Oh, no, it's not. That's how these batters feel.
Dobbins rolls over that one, goes off KJ LaCroix, right to Matt Petrikis, makes a nice strong throw to the middle of the backstop for out number 2 here in the bottom of the second.
You see
Top
Matt,
of the second, excuse me.
You see Matt Lanning, KJ both with big smiles on their face. They know they kind of got away with the one there.
For sure.
A little bit of a charity hop right into Petrikis' hands.
Spurrier chases that pitch from Maccabee.
I think he had some unfinished business on that one. Spurrier was trying to hit that one over the Hollis tree.
Maccabee tries to go a little hot and a little away there. 1-2 to Spurrier here. Maccabee 1 strike away from going 6 outs here unscathed, but Spurrier with another hard hit ball. Bat flips a 2-out single.
Bat flipping a 2-out single down by 3. This is what the ones have come to.
But he's having a good night for sure. He's got
Speaking
a
of having
double,
a
a
good
home
night.
run, 2 home runs, a walk so far in this game, and a base hit. He's been to the plate 7 times, and he's been on 5 of them. So he's feeling it tonight. Justin Spurrier doing a good job in the leadoff spot. Let's see if Adam Couts can make any adjustments. He rolls one over.
He needed that one.
Yeah, gets it by Matt Petrikis there. Are we going to give him a hit on that, or are we going to give him an error? What do we think, chat? This is a hard hit ball, but maybe a play Petrikis should make more often than not. What do you guys think, hit or error? He did get a hand on it.
I think that's probably a hit, but that's in Petrikis' head. That's going to be in there all night as a play he could have made.
Absolutely. Matt's one of those guys like Couts, like Jesse Capps, like Justin Hicks. Anytime a ball is hit anywhere near him at short, he thinks he's going to make the play. And he does a good job knocking that one down, flipping it over to KJ LaCroix for the 3rd out here.
Looks like that's going to end the inning, and we've got 496 viewers on Twitch. Let's try to get that up to 500. We are just 4 viewers away from 500. And we've got 2,000 people over on TikTok. People on TikTok, what are you doing? Come over to twitch.tv/Premier Wiffle. We've got 3-4 different camera angles. We've got replays. We've got Skycam zooming in on all the players' reactions after a strikeout or after a big home run. So we'd love to see you over here on Twitch. We've got the chat on our screen. We can respond to your different questions. You can be a member of our community over here on Twitch. And someone will probably gift you a sub if you're nice. But only if you're nice. I know if you're coming from TikTok, you're probably not nice. Anyway, back to this game. And you can see that sunset over the mountains here in Las Vegas, Nevada. 3-0 game. Warbirds in the lead. Bottom of the second inning. And Buck Burner leading off against Adrian Goot Diarez. They call him Goot.
Yeah, Goot a little roughed up in the first inning here, but back out for the second. Looking to get settled in. Burner rolls over that one. It's Spurrier at third. Couts scrambles over, makes a little bit of a high throw to the backstop, but does the job and gets Burner for the first out here on the top of the bottom of the second, excuse me, Tom.
You're excused. I mean, sorry.
I will
stay.
take it. I'll take the excuse.
Peter Mockabee making the long drive down from Upland, California to play here in Premier League Wiffle. Let's see if he can make the most of it as he taps that one over to Spurrier for out number 2.
Rolls one up the middle. Yeah, to Spurrier there. Spurrier does a good job securing that. Kind of flirts a little bit with going a slightly wide throw, which he's kind of been prone to do a few times. But the backstop, you can use any part of the backstop, and that's going to be another ground ball. It counts here, and quick 1-2-3 inning for Goot. Just what he needed. 3 ground outs to the left side. The Warbirds can't be thrilled with their offensive execution there, Tom, at all.
Easy work, and it feels like the ones are in full control now. Even though they're down by 3, none of them are panicking. They know they have the bats, and in these conditions, 3, I can't imagine 3's enough. What do you think?
I mean, we saw 10 not be enough last game, and the wind looks like it might have died down a little bit. If you look higher up in the trees, though, it is still blowing for sure. 3 is not going to be enough. I will go out on a limb to say that. I don't expect Peter Mockabee to be able to totally shut down this one's offense. It's quite the tall task of asking that. Just got to try to keep the errors in the field to a minimum and try to keep the mistake pitches to a minimum. And, he'll be able to keep his team in it for sure. The Warbirds looking to steal a couple here tonight. If they can somehow get 2 out of 3 or somehow get 3 out of 3, they're going to be looking to start to make the climb from the bottom, as this acquisition of Brandon Mayo can make a huge difference for their chances to win this whole thing this year. Do not count this Warbirds squad out yet. Why can't I say Warbirds?
The Warboards. You want to say boards for some reason. You can. We should just start calling them the boards.
J-Lo has a hard time saying worm burner. Like in golf.
Warm burner.
Yeah, in golf.
Warbirds.
You can't say it either. I can't say Warbirds.
The Warbirds. I see you there, Cummings JL in the chat. Are you still planning on being in Austin in July? I'm going to refer to my agent, Tim Dean, Duck Pluck, if he's in the chat. Trying to get the best deal, trying to get the most money, but I would like to go.
Sidekick needed saying Boston booth tonight. Yeah, we were talking about dropping odds pregame, but we haven't quite done it yet. As Bird chases that pitch.
I think we got to wait for not to have such a great game before we drop it. We dilute the stream and
that's true. Loman wants to say my Warbird. Somebody says it's Barrick. Rolls one over, and Petrikis kind of tries to just swat at that one, like he had a glove on his hand, but
that one goes right by him.
Not real fundamentals there from Matt. Yes, that ball was hit hard, but he's got to do a better job of trying to get his whole body in front of that. Just knock it down. KJ was right there to pick up the ball and make the throw if need be. Matt kind of tried to field it. Not exactly fundamentals from Petrikis there at short. And Barrick is on with 1 out and brings up manager Scottez Dobbins.
That's the second play in 2 innings that Petrikis has been, not an error, but that's a play that he's going to think of in the back of his head as an out that should have been recorded.
100%. When a ball gets that close to one of these high-quality infielders like Matt Petrikis, he's going to expect to make the play nearly every single time. 1-2 to Dobbins, and he rolls one over. That's going to be a foul ball right down the line. Brad, we have a little controversy here as Shane Weber, who doesn't have the best position on the first base line, called it fair, but Brad Ogden, dead down the third base line, waved that one foul, and I believe that was the correct call as KJ looked to be in front of that pylon. I believe that was a foul ball.
AK with some choice words for Weber, though. Might get tossed from this game if he keeps talking like that.
He's got to be careful as only the manager is allowed to speak to the umpires. Shane Weber coming over and saying, hey, bud, look, you know, I'm in charge. I'm human. I'm just trying to call it in.
AK speaking his mind, though. He might run out of slack.
You saw what happened. Couts was 0 for 6 in game 1. Nice and quiet. Struck out the first at-bat of game 2. Still quiet. He snuck one through the right side, and we hear from Adam Couts.
He's finally got himself going with a little base hit.
Here he is, Adam Couts, giving shout-out to TikTok, giving 3,200 of you guys some love. What are you guys doing hanging out on TikTok? We appreciate all of you that are there, that are following, that are liking our stream. Thank you very much, all of you TikTok viewers. But where we'd love to really see you is over here on Twitch.
It looks like your wife is in my DMs, just became a top 2 viewer. Why are you a top 2 viewer on TikTok? Get on over to Twitch already. Come on, buddy.
Seriously.
I'm sure you've heard us say this before. Get on over to Twitch. We've got a full live production over there, several different cameras. We've got replays. We've got it all. We've got the scoreboard graphics, so you never have to ask what inning it is or what the score is. I mean, come on, guys. Exactly. Get on over to Twitch already. What are you doing?
542 viewers hanging out with us on Twitch tonight, Tom.
And we're actually interacting with the Twitch chat.
Of course.
You guys over on TikTok, we're not going to really respond to you. I'm sorry, except for that one guy that I brought up.
Somebody just asked, what's the Twitch at? It's right there in front of you, right on the field, twitch.tv/Premier Wiffle. Come on over, check us out.
Also in our TikTok bio, at Premier Wiffle on Twitch, if you've already got it.
While we were talking to TikTok, Peter Mockabee did walk out of this game. Dobbins forced that walk. And that's going to bring in Brandon Mayo. They just decided to go right back to Brandon here in a key spot. Maybe they're not going to go the whole game with him, but if Brandon can get them out of this jam, first and second one out, they'll probably go to Petrikis after and try to conserve those Mayo innings as they still have the lead. Big at-bat by Spurrier here, who's swinging it great so far tonight.
I believe Mayo does have 4 innings left, so he could go the distance if they wanted him to.
That's the second foul tip in a row in the zone, and that's the second time we've seen that tonight, Tom. Not exactly a common feat here in PLW to see a strikeout on back-to-back foul tips in the zone with 2 strikes, but we've seen it twice so far in only a game and a half.
You know, Kyle, you're the guy I should bring this up with. I want to see some advanced analytics on that. How many double fouls have we had? Can we get a list of league leaders on that by the end of the week?
I mean, I can't. There's not enough time. Somebody's asking, how do you switch cameras? Don't worry, we'll do that for you. We got the center field cameras, which you're looking at right now. Then you'll see the GoPro behind the backstop when the ball is in play, and then you'll usually see the sky cam in between pitches, controlled by Gio Battistoni tonight of the Vaders. There you go. There's a sky cam shot. You see Adam Couts batting left-handed here.
Looks like he's doing an impression of a major leaguer with that little batting stance he was doing, a little bat wiggle.
And Couts stares at 53, bottom zone, and Mayo comes in and does the job, gets out of the jam. Warbirds hold the lead here, 3-0, going to the bottom of the third. Wonderfully managed pitching staff thus far tonight by Chris Warfield.
That was a buckler, man. He buckled him.
That's just a pitch where if the guy makes it, you have to just tip your cap to him. You're not, as a batter in this league, you're likely not looking for a pitch that low in the zone. You want to be looking for pitches middle and up. And when somebody paints that bottom part of the zone, you can't protect every inch of the zone in wiffle or in base. It's just
unless
impossible.
You're as tall as Chen.
Yeah, but even he has a hard time protecting the lower part of the zone. So you're going to be able to, because he's so tall, you're going to be able to beat him low if you can paint that lower part of the zone. So there's going to be a part where part of the zone where every hitter gives up, whether it's depending on where they stand, inside, out, high or low. And, you know, a guy like Adam Couts is going to be looking for a ball middle or up, and he's just going to give up on those low pitches. And when Brandon Mayo paints one at the bottom of the zone, he's just going to win.
Yeah, he's just going to, you got to tip your cap sometimes on those. I mean, it was a great pitch, great spot. Brandon Mayo, there's a reason he has 500 strikeouts, and it's because he can throw pitches like that.
Yeah, he's been a perennial top of the
I believe he was
statistics.
second. I believe he was second in Cy Young voting in the spring season last year.
Every season, he's really come through with a resume of great stuff, season after season.
A pitcher that you can really rely on to throw a lot of innings as well.
Absolutely. Native Pride was asking, why do we start with an 0-1 count? You know, we've just kind of set it up that way to have better structure. I think if we started 0-0, because of how difficult it is to throw a wiffle ball, we would see a lot more walks. And with the 0-1 count, we've really created a situation where it's very, you know, Major League Baseball-esque with home run rates, with strikeout rates, with walk rates. It's a very watchable game. Some other versions of wiffle ball that start 0-1 or start 0-0 or allow guys to throw a lot harder, a lot of walks and a lot of strikeouts in those versions.
Yeah, not a lot of balls in play. I've gone many a tournament with, you know, we play 6 games and you get about 2 fielding opportunities. The ball is not put in play a lot in most other leagues, but we got a good balance here where it's not really lob ball either. You're still getting real pitches. Still a lot of pitchers that can shut you down.
Absolutely. Perez rolls one back over to Goot, who loses the sunglasses again off his hat.
Yeah, Goot's got to get, he's got to get one
Couch
of those.
says, what are you doing with these? The sun is down anyway.
He's got to get one of those elastic bands on the back of those sunglasses
Sure.
to put on the end of each, what do you call the part of the sunglasses that you put over your ears?
I don't think there's a name for that. If so, that's a good trivia question. Matt rips one to left center field gap, and he's going to have a 1-out double here.
Petricus getting into scoring position, just 1 out. Big Willie stepping in. You may remember him from that Twitch chat. He's a player that's often in there watching the games.
Cloud3998 asking, how often does PLW stream? Every weeknight, 6 p.m. Pacific. Come check us out. See great games like this every night of the week.
Oh, Storm Gliders got my back. They're called stems. So Goot needs one of those little things that you know, a little rubber band or whatever that you clip on the back of both stems of your sunglasses so it doesn't come off your head.
All right. When's the playoffs, he's asking? This is week number 13, and we played an 18-week regular season. So we got 5 more weeks of the regular season, and then we have 1 week of playoffs. Top 5 teams out of 10 make the playoffs.
Also being told that you can call them the arm of the sunglasses. I don't buy that one as good. I like stem better.
Too much sunglasses talk for me, but we're having a good time
especially at nighttime. Buck Burner looking to stay hot. Takes a big rip at that 58. He was looking to put that ball into the parking lot.
Burner may be a little anxious after having a big first game, couple of home runs, and a single. Looking to do the same. Doesn't have to really force it. Just let the pitch come to him, but he chases that one. He goes down swinging here for the 3rd out. Goot gives up a 1-out double, hard hit ball by Matt Petricus in the gap, but does a good job leaving him stranded on second. And I think we have an appearance here by our main man, Trench Vegan, coming off a sweep last night. His Legends faced off against the Lightning. He got a little hit early in game number 3, but ultimately the Legends pulled that off. Trench and I battled a little bit.
Sitting on the container with all his friends.
Yeah.
What's going on?
What?
What's going on up there?
Wow. Out of nowhere.
Didn't bring anyone to watch the game with him?
Look, the best spot in the city to watch any type of sporting event is right up there on
I
the
agree.
left field container.
Why is Trench the only one up there? That's what I'm saying.
He's just the smartest guy, man. The Green Monster seats, Fulton County says, well, not quite Green Monster, more like Brown Gremlin.
Let's try to say maroon. Brown Monster doesn't sound good.
Bruce calls it something. Bruce calls it the Brown Giant. I forget what he calls it. He had a good name for it. Bruce had a little run-in with that Brown Gremlin or whatever he calls it earlier this season. Hurt his knee. Let's see how Brandon Mayo approaches Brian Chen here. He goes fast and low for the first pitch. 1-1 to Chen. He goes right down the middle. Chen hits it hard, but 3 outfielders for Chen there, and Buck Burner's positioned right in front of that pocket radar sign. Second ball tonight, Chen's hit on the screws directly at somebody. Nice job by Mayo getting Chen there.
Great advanced scouting by the Warbirds coaching staff, going 3 outfielders in that situation, looking at Chen's spray chart, and Burner positioned right in what would have been the gap.
Yeah, they know the guy hits the ball so hard that even adding an infielder, look, you're just not going to knock it down often enough. You're better off trying to have somebody out there taking away a double or a triple, and by having that extra fielder out there, Buck Burner did just that. And Goot's in the lineup here. Looks like he might be pinch hitting for Bird. He rolls one over to Petrikis. Just barely hits the bottom of the backstop for the second out.
Let's see that again. That looked like it maybe wasn't even going to make it. Just
you did
barely hits that bottom part, just about the second break up.
It looks like you did call it, Tom. Goot not in the lineup to start the game, but got a pinch hitting opportunity after Bird struggled a little bit so far tonight. Bird just 1 for 6 with 4 Ks. And it just got Scottez Dobbins says, okay, let's switch it up a little bit and get Goot in there. 626 viewers hanging out with us tonight. Appreciate all of you checking out PLW here on Twitch as Spencer Barrick takes a nasty pitch off the inside pipe from Brandon Mayo. Brandon with a nice little wry smile as he walks off the mound. Umpire Shane Weber punches him out.
Oh, that was a buckler.
Yeah, that one.
Look at this one.
Let's take a look at this one.
Buckler.
Barrick turned his back to it, thought there was no chance that that ball was hitting the zone. And Mayo grabs inside pipe. And the Warbirds 3-0 lead here in game number 2.
And the trade talks continue as Cody Runnels over by the ones. Maybe he's trying to get traded to the ones now.
What?
Is he trade happy?
I don't think so. That seems a little crazy, but maybe
Wilson also over there, maybe talking about the snappers.
Maybe
we're just about a day and a half from the deadline.
We know the ones are in first place, but there's a chance that they panic. Look, they got beat by the 9th place team, game number 1, 12-10, and here they are down 3-0, getting controlled by Brandon Mayo. The ones could be panicking, making a trade at any moment. We have approximately 28 hours remaining in our trade deadline. There's got to be some deadline moves happening.
The stove is red hot.
The stove's been red hot all season. Players moving around, trying to find their proper homes. Every manager in this league looking to make moves to make their team better.
Yeah, the manager's chat blowing up right now. I wouldn't be surprised if a few moves have already been made.
Trench Vegan chiming in saying no friends, but he's got 500 plus friends here on Twitch.
And it looks like Trench does have a friend.
Yeah, somebody's up there hanging out with him tonight.
Trench on the container, hanging out, having a good time.
Tom, maybe you and I should go out. If we should get the remote mics out. You and I should just go up there and call the game from out there.
That sounds kind of nice.
We just need a 100-foot extension cord on these mics, and we'll be all set. And Maccabee does a great job with a leadoff walk there. That's going to walk out Goot. And they're going to go Spurrier. Still no Chen. This is interesting. I wonder if Chen's just not, maybe his arm's not feeling right or something. I mean, it's to not see Ryan Chen after we saw him in game 1 and walk out, to not see him here in game 2 is pretty surprising.
A little concerning.
A little concerning indeed. Just why? We want to know why.
9 innings, 0 ERA last series, just a week ago.
PLW fan saying, is that a PLW hottie? I mean,
she is now.
Look, yeah, anybody.
We're at PLW and she's a hottie. So.
Exactly, you got it, Tom. Anybody who's hanging out here that's, that watches PLW and is a hottie, boom, PLW hottie.
I guess that's an opinion question, Kyle.
Yeah, I think you're probably right there. 2,300 viewers hanging out on Twitch watching that one camera angle, trying to keep it as clear as possible for you. But if you really want to see the full broadcast, head on over to Twitch. That link's right there on the field and in the bio. Twitch.tv/Premier Wiffle. You're watching the Warbirds take on the ones tonight. Warbirds won game 1, 12-10. Now Warbirds are up 3-0 here in game number 2. 2.5-run dogs they were game number 2, Tom, but they have the lead again, looking to take the first 2 in this series. And a big breaker from Spurrier there.
Buckles him.
Mile gives him some props saying, wow, nice pitch.
That started way outside, drifts into the strike zone.
I am Jake B saying, someone get Gio and his muscles to tell us if that girl was a PLW hottie. I think he's our resident expert on hot or not. Mayo, Spurrier was 10 foot off the mound there to his left, for some reason, and this ball
look
off
at the way-
Mayo's bat hits him right in the shin, and he picks it up and throws it out.
The way he
Spurrier's off your
delivered that
screen.
pitch, yeah.
What is he doing over there?
Well, I think the way he delivered that pitch, he had to kind of follow through that way, and then Mayo just happens to kind of go with it, and it right place, right time, Kyle.
Yeah, a little bit unlucky by Brandon there, although Ryan Chen was right there at second base behind Spurrier to probably make that play. But amazing that Spurrier was the one to knock that one down. James Perez rips one in the gap, and that gets to the wall. And that's going to be an RBI double to extend the Warbirds' lead to 4-0 in the fourth here. And it's all Warbirds so far tonight.
James Perez right into that power alley of his. He loves to hit the ball right at that cheers beauty sign. RBI double. That's going to bring Matt Petrikis up. Still a runner in scoring position, only one down.
That whole right side above Chen is wide open for Matt.
Last time one of us said that, Mayo went that way.
Let's see if he could do the same. Think to go the...
Especially with a lefty
Especially
pitching, the
with
ball
a left,
coming in at that angle.
Exactly. This Spurrier with that late break, Matt has to be looking to shoot the ball the other way. Those are too far outside. Spurrier maybe a little subconsciously did not want to quite come into Matt. And now he's got first and second with one out, with Walensky up. The ones are going to look to turn a double play here on a ground ball if they get one and get themselves out of this inning, only down 4. Spurrier having a little bit of a hard time locating here as he's missed a bunch in a row wide, Tom.
Yeah, Spurrier perhaps losing the zone a little bit and then finds it right there, 52, right down the middle.
Big pitch by Spurrier to get ahead of Walensky after walking Petrikis. Tyler got to protect with 2 strikes here. Looking to hit the ball hard in the outfield. Spurrier goes submarine, but that pitch stays down. And as we shoot up to 4,200 viewers on TikTok. Come hang out with us on Twitch, twitch.tv/Premier Wiffle. And this one is going to drop in right field. That's going to move Petrikis over to third, and Perez is going to score. Walensky with a nice job going opposite field. Didn't get all of it, but found a hole. And the Warbirds now up 5-0.
4.7K over on TikTok. TikTokers, head on over to twitch.tv/Premier Wiffle if you want to watch this game with a real broadcast. 3 cameras on the field, 1 camera in the booth. We've got replays. We've got Twitch points for you to wager. We've got a great Twitch community over here and the chat. Get on over. See that link in our bio.
We got some,
right on the screen.
When you're over here on Twitch, you can vote on these awesome polls like, what's up with the ones right now? Swing and a drive by Burner, and that's the 3rd home run of the night for Buck Burner, and it's 8-0. Warbirds here absolutely tanked to dead center.
At what point do we bring out the word shellacking to describe this game, Kyle? Buck, another one well struck.
Buck with a well-struck ball. What's up with the ones? Are they full of pizza? Are they full of hot cocoa? Do they underestimate the birds? Or D, all of the above? Look, a little bit of all of the above if I'm the guy you're asking right now.
I mean, coming into this game, it's kind of like getting in a fight with a girl. It's a lose-lose situation, Kyle. Top of the standings, bottom of the standings. On paper, you're supposed to smoke them.
Yeah.
That's not often what happens out here. A lot of parity in this league.
A lot of parity in this league. The teams at the bottom are not that far off from the teams at the top. Yes.
A lot of one-run games are the reason they're down there.
Absolutely, yes. They are in the standings, separated by the wins and the losses. But the teams at the bottom can battle with any team towards the top every night here at PLW, and we're seeing it yet again tonight.
Even without their best player.
Without their best player, they've now jumped on the number 1 ranked ones, 8-0 here in game number 2.
I can tell you one team that's not making a trade at the deadline, Kyle. I think it's the Warbirds.
I think they've made their trade. Their trade that they made pre-deadline was acquiring Brandon Mayo a couple weeks ago. That's the guy that they were looking to get.
I'm going to eat my words here on the whole Bucky Wantman debacle. I think he just is a Warbirds fan and wanted a hat.
Yeah, I'm
going to walk that back right now.
As we see Kirby Bucket making an appearance, and we're going to see another appearance by Jeremy Lou Allen getting some work for the ones. Their deeper pitching depth. Look, they've, they don't quite wave the white flag in this game, but they're not going to waste any innings of their more, known pitchers. Chen, Couts, Spurrier.
I don't know. I mean, we're already at game 2. I don't think you can call it wasting innings at this point. I mean, Cinco de Mayo
continues as he jumps on the first pitch there.
Yeah, and it looks like Bo Evans is in a sling down that first baseline.
Is he really?
Had that shoulder issue, had some ice on it at the end of last series. Hopefully that's just a 1 to 2 week type of thing, and he'll be right back with us.
Hopefully. The Warbirds just continue to swing at the first pitch from the ones. They got a scouting report saying, look, these guys are going to come after us, and so far they have, and they have not missed many of these first pitches.
You know, I don't necessarily like the ones going with Llewellyn here. I feel like they really got to go to Chen and try to shut these guys down. Chen's got the innings left. Even next game, he could throw a complete game. So why not use a couple right here, try to keep the Warbirds right at 8, and start coming back with the bats. Get the momentum on the one side.
You have to kind of figure out what's more important. Is it more important to add to your pitching depth and getting a guy like Jeremy Llewellyn some work? Or is it more important to try to preserve an 8-run lead and prevent it from being a 10-run lead? You know, it's close. A
double ends this game, Kyle.
It's a good point. A clean double to the wall, and this game is over, folks.
I think that maybe Llewellyn is the guy to keep the lead where it is, but if I'm the ones, I want to see them try to keep this game going as long as they can. Make sure the Warbirds have to use all their innings. Make sure that all of their hitters get those extra at-bats before Game 3. Even if they don't win this game, they can have all the momentum at the end of this game.
It's a good point. If they can kind of win the second half of this game, they do ride the momentum into Game 3, and you would tend to think Ryan Chen has to start Game 3,
right? If KJ hits a clean double right now, the Warbirds have all the momentum, and Game 3 is about to start.
Yeah, you nailed it, buddy. KJ LaCroix pinch hitting here.
And he tried to do it there, I think.
Got to be a little rusty. Hasn't played whiffs in a few weeks. He was on a little bit of work trip in Florida for a couple weeks. And he goes down swinging there, and maybe some rust shows.
Wave and a miss.
And that's 3 outs, I believe. And the ones are having such a good time playing defense tonight that they didn't want to leave the field.
Llewellyn, not in the lineup, wants to keep pitching.
Yeah, Llewellyn strutting a little as well, doing a good job coming in and keeping the Warbirds at bay for his couple of batters.
Good sport, down by 8, still able to kind of
still having a good time.
Show his stuff. I'm sure, happy to get those innings as they have been few and far between so far this season.
See Sal's 34 asking Skycam to go to the Brown Monster Bog. See Trench.
The Maroon Menace, I think I saw someone say in the chat.
Maroon Menace, I like it. Yeah, you have to use alliteration there.
I'd like to give someone credit. I'm sorry. I didn't look at your screen name when it happened. My apologies.
Dipset asking, is this game 2 or game 3? It is game number 2. Game number 1 was won by the Warbirds 12-10. And they are up here in game number 2 as 2.5-run dogs. They are up 8-0, not only covering the spread, but winning this one outright by a large margin. And we are going to see some conservation of innings from the Warbirds at the moment.
Yeah, I'm going to do a little more criticism here, Kyle. I don't like the move to Dan Pickering here by the Warbirds. I think that they should be going with Matt Petricus, and they should try to really make sure the ones don't get any of that momentum.
I tend to agree.
It seems like they're putting him in here as in an inning-eating spot. Yes, they're up by 8, but if you let the ones score 3 or 4 runs, even if you still win this game, if the final score is 8-4, 8-5, the ones kind of have the momentum. If Matt Petricus keeps them down at 0-1-2, then you go into game 3, feel like you're dominating the ones.
Yeah, another one of those 50-50 decisions as to
And they have the innings to go around. Matt Petricus hasn't even touched the ball yet.
100%, and it's one of those 50-50 decisions as to what's more important. Is it more important to get Dan Pickering some work here, or is it more important? I can't really talk at all tonight. Yeah. More important for Matt Petricus to come in and try to shut this ones team down here. So,
although perhaps I may have to eat my words, Pickering might be the right guy to go after the ones. He is a guy that's willing to go to that 47 to 50 range.
Keep them off balance, sure.
And if you can keep the ones way out ahead, you can be effective.
Here we go. Main Dan Pickering. Gonna miss inside. The manager Scottez Dobbins leading it off here in the top of the 5th for the ones. And Dobbins ropes one hard into the 5-6 hole And the leadoff man is on, and just a small bit of momentum shifting to the ones.
Just breathing a little life into this ones lineup. I don't like that.
Long way to go in order to get back in this game, but doesn't take a lot for this team to get loud. And one big swing, especially by a guy like Jeremy Llewellyn here, getting slotted into the 7th spot, could make the. You can hear the ones bench. That one does grab the outside pipe, but it is at 56. We have a current poll up. Will the ones get shut out? Impossible. I mean, maybe. Not anymore. Yep. Those are your options.
Now, it wasn't yup, it was yes.
Well, all right, but I liked yup better.
Yep.
Added a little more. Evan Shields saying, put in Petricus.
All right, so he agrees with me.
We got one agree with you.
One agree with you and 683 disagrees. That's a bad ratio.
At least abstained. They abstained from voting. Chat please saying, one hit at a time. Yeah, that's all it takes. You just got to turn the lineup over to the next guy, let the next man up do the work. You can't get 8 back in one swing. Llewellyn way out ahead of that slow breaking ball by Dan Pickering, and you nailed it.
You could feel the wind on that one, and wow, that was a wave.
You nailed it, Tom. I mean, you were saying Dan is going to go to this off-speed stuff and try to get these guys ahead and chasing, and he does just that.
Way out in front, and that's why they call it wiffle ball. You could hear the whiff maybe on the stream on that last swing.
I see you guys on TikTok looking for other cameras. Head on over to twitch.tv/Premier Wiffle for the full broadcast. 0-2 here to Spurrier. Mandan goes a little hot there. 61 jams him inside. Spurrier fights that one off.
Pickering great with those speed changes, trying to keep these hitters off balance.
And he goes slow there, and Spurrier...
55.
It wasn't
wow,
even slow.
That pitch slowed down quite a bit.
It was right back to the speed limit, but because he threw 61 the pitch before, that breaking ball looked just even a little slower. Really good job by Mandan using the hot pitch to then set up the slightly slower pitch. Adam Couts batting from the left side, struggling so far tonight, looking for a real big swing in order to get himself going. And another hard hit ball over at Petricus. Maccabee knocks it down. Oh, what almost an incredible play. Petricus knocked it down over to Maccabee. Maccabee knocks it back to Matt, who then flips it to KJ at second, but just a little wide.
They had quite a bit of time to Petricus rushing that play just a little bit. And Couts gets another break, and he's going to find himself on base yet again, perhaps with a hit. I'm not sure if there was really an error there. Maybe an error on the throw to second.
Tough to give that play an error anywhere. It was just kind of all over the place.
Seemed like they did have about an extra second and a half.
They might have had the time, but I don't know if any of part of that play was what you'd call routine. So.
Yeah, well, I think what I would say is perhaps an error on the throw to second, I think is what I would say, because KJ was there. He had time. He had an extra second to compose himself. Didn't use it. And I mean maybe winning that poll.
Way to take a stand, guys. Ryan Chen just misses that one, fouls it back.
I mean, maybe on that swing. Ooh, he just missed that.
Yeah.
And Trench got another buddy over on the container with him. Cody Runnels joining him up there. New acquisition of the Cajuns, who will be playing tomorrow night.
1-2 here to Chen. Mandan goes a little submarine kind of, and that's going to get popped up, and that's in no man's land. Going to be a clean single.
No man's land.
You can forget about that shutout as Dobbins is going to come around from second to score. And the ones have a little bit of spark in them here in the top of the 5th. They get one on the board with that Chen single.
Oh, my goodness. A lot of people know about Newfoundland, but not a lot of people know about no man's land, and that's exactly where that ball landed. Oh, my.
Game 1 score was 12-10 Warbirds, and we have 8-1 Warbirds here in game number 2.
Thanks.
Dan misses high.
All right, looks like we got some vegan tacos in the booth.
Yeah, looks like we do.
We'll have to feature these perhaps after this game. Maybe at the beginning of next game, in between games, we can show our fans how great these tacos are.
They don't care.
I think they care.
Nobody
just a little bit. Trench is in the chat. He cares.
All right, we got one.
We get at least one.
670 viewers here watching us for PLW action, not for vegan tacos. Here we go. Goot. Ahead in the count against Mandan, looking for a pitch in the zone to drive hard. Gets one and swings it hard, but it's right at Tyler Rolinski. Another perfectly placed fielder by the Warbirds.
That's the second or third time that's happened to them, too.
Right 3 times
at
for sure. Right at an outfielder, and the ones have to be a little frustrated getting hard hit balls hit right at fielders, unable to come away with extra base hits. Nice defensive positioning by the ones there, and by the Warbirds there. And it's 8-1 heading to the bottom of the 5th. The Warbirds could actually win this game here in the 5th, Tom, with 3 runs. They'll have a 10-run mercy if they manage to scrape across 3. We're going to see Jeremy Lou Allen for another inning here. Not a PLW veteran, a rookie this season. Added via free agentship by the ones.
Has had a few good appearances so far. I believe he got out of a jam against the Vaders in just 2 or 3 pitches. Able to get an out and then induce a double play. So Lou Allen, definitely an effective pitcher. On a lot of other teams, he would probably be a starter, whether it be maybe game 3, whatever.
He'd be in the mix, though, for sure.
He would definitely be getting more innings on a lot of other teams, so very happy to get his chance here. See some low-leverage innings for the ones here in this series against the Warbirds.
Saw somebody saying, Evan Shields was saying, I can't really tell how old Cody Reynolds is. I believe Cody Reynolds is just older than me. 36 years old, I believe.
I think a lot of people can't tell how old he is, Kyle.
Tyler Rolinski gets under this one. Adam Couts clears everyone out and handles that pop-up no problem for out number 1 in the bottom of the 5th. Brings up the top of the order in Buck Burner. 3 home runs so far tonight for our man Buck. Always helping out here with the stream team. And that's number 4! That ball is absolutely demolished into the Hollis tree. Woo! Was that ball crushed, Tom?
I don't think struck is the right word for that.
Thunderstruck, if anything. Absolutely moonshot up there.
Buck destroyed that ball.
Crushed that ball. That ball hit 50 feet up in that pine tree in left field.
That ball's dented now.
Wow, was that a bomb.
And just like that, Jeremy Lou Allen is on the trade block.
Everybody that gives up a home run to Buck Burner tonight on the trade block. Hollis says, there's his tree. Look, Hollis, we know it's your tree for now, but the number of balls that we've seen hit tonight, and especially by Buck Burner up in that tree, there's an outside shot. It gets renamed tonight.
I don't think it's going to get renamed. I think Buck's going to chop that thing down tonight.
A couple more hard hit balls like that, it might just topple over. You ain't kidding, Tom. 670 viewers on Twitch saw Buck take that ball to another level.
And they saw the replay.
Yeah. Whoa!
Hello!
Mockabee rolled over that one, and Lou Allen tried to take Tom and I out. Threw a 65-plus mile-an-hour dart right at our head. That's going to grant second base to Peter Mockabee.
And I'm glad I've got quick reflexes because that one was coming directly at my left eye.
Watch your lips, as Adam Couts would say. We're okay up here. Woo!
I wish I saw the speed on that because he had some pepper on that ball, Kyle.
Yeah, that was not a toss to the backstop. He wanted that ground out for sure.
Still upset about it.
But we have the time. He's going to give another chance to
everyone duck.
Nice job by Lou Allen there, not killing us. We're okay.
Takes a little bit off that one and able to hit the backstop.
And we do have the winning run to the plate.
I half expected him to kind of just drill us again.
I know. I was a little nervous. We thought we had deja vu here. And if somehow Jimmy Perez could put one over the wall here, this game would be over, an 11-1 mercy 10-run win for the Warbirds. See if Perez can hand it on over the next guy up with a hard hit ball.
Looks like we've got 3.1K over on TikTok. Head on over to twitch.tv/Premier Wiffle. The link's in our bio, and it's right there on your screen.
A lot of viewers on both. That's going to be a slow roller. Lou Allen picks it up just after the fair line. Kind of takes his time, thinking he had a lot. They flashed back to the booth. Look, anytime there's a comeback under Lou Allen, Tom and I are here in danger zone.
Yeah, he took. I had my hands up on that one, Kyle.
He took a little more time than he probably should have taken, but nonetheless gets that out for the third out.
It looks like we've got 3.6K and climbing over on TikTok. 3.7. Why don't you guys head on over to twitch.tv/Premier Wiffle? You can find that link in our bio. You can see it right there painted on the field on your screen. We've got 3 camera angles on the field. We've got a camera showing us the announcers. We've got replays. We've got a scoreboard. You've got wiffle points that you can bet on Game 3.
You can bet on the games. You can use those points for discounts in our store, for
and you can
free
get free
hoodies.
Stuff. You can get free stuff.
You get free stuff.
If you are a sharp wagerer,
which there are plenty out there.
Yeah.
People that watch this every night know who's going to cover these spreads more often than not.
You can get signed wiffle balls, merchandise, etc. over on Twitch. You can't get any of that on TikTok, so head on over to Twitch. And we've got a great community. We'll actually interact with you a little bit in our chat, and someone will probably gift you a sub. We've got a great community over here. A lot of people itching to gift subs. Jim Dotis probably in the chat right now, willing to gift a sub. Happy to see his Warbirds really hitting their stride in this game right now, up 9-1.
They sure are.
So head on over to Twitch right now. What are you doing over there on TikTok? Come on.
Bruce asking me how many wiffle points I have. I don't really watch the stream too much as I'm here most nights, but saved up from season 1 and 2. I think I have almost 200,000, but I haven't put them in play. I try to let the general public use those points for all the prizes. I was just gonna say,
I don't think you collecting wiffle points affects the wiffle point economy, really.
No, I just I didn't want to cash them in. Maybe I'll cash them in sometime and
you don't want to cash them in because then you have to track down the item and get it for yourself.
I mean, that's just more work for myself. Yeah. Adam Tanik saying Spencer equals most improved player this season. Well, he's certainly on the ballot, although he just maybe jinxed him a little bit.
He just got buckled.
As he
just got buckled. What are you doing jinxing a guy like that, Tanik?
He got pickled, if anything, as Dan Pickering is on the
Pickled? I like that.
Yeah, maybe he's on the ballot for most improved for sure. I have to kind of give the nod to Ryan Roosh at the moment, as he's been very dominant on the mound, and he's emerged as a power-hitting number 2 hitter in the lineup for the Cajuns behind Andrew Ledet. But a couple of guys going to try to, give Ryan Roosh a run for the money here this last third of the season for most improved player.
658 viewers over here on Twitch. Let's get that up to 700. Let's tell your friends, guys. Let's get 700 viewers tonight. Warbirds ones. What a series we have. What an underdog story playing out for us right now. The Warbirds on the doorstep of winning this series before we reach Game 3. If I told you that Jim Dodos wasn't going to be there for a Warbirds 1 series, pretty calm conditions with a gentle breeze blowing out, would you believe me, Kyle?
No, you would think this is the series Dodos is going to show up for, and he needs to be here for. But Warbirds, no problem. Jim Dodos isn't here. We got you, bud. 12-10 Game 1, now 9-1
According
Game
to
2.
Evan Shields, we're at 716 viewers. We got a little bit of lag over here on our OBS screen.
Oh, man, awesome.
Let's get more. Let's go 800.
Yeah,
I want
not?
800. I'm not done.
Wow, greedy. Tyler Applezoller getting an at-bat here, and he's going to stare at a pitch that hits the inside pipe for 0-2. We talked about you can bet those wiffle ball points and earn, free sweatshirts, free mugs, discounts in our store.
But guess what? You're going to get fooled by the way these bets play out. It is not easy to be a sharp bettor over in PLW.
That's right. As Applezoller gets under this one, Patrick is ranging back.
Oh, another ball in no man's land, Kyle.
No, it wasn't quite in no man's land.
It was kind of in no man's land.
I don't think so.
Look at Patrick is backpedaling and almost falling down here.
Nope. Watch how
Walensky almost tabletopped him.
Watch how easy Walensky came in on this ball. He was gradually coming in. That ball hung up there for a long time. Tyler Walensky has to take charge as the outfielder. That's the outfielder's ball over the infielder's ball. Tyler Walensky, if he calls Matt off, that's a routine fly out, and we're not even talking about it.
Okay, you're right.
Yeah,
but Petricus almost got tabletopped by his outfielder.
Very true.
Backpedaling, taking a bad path to that ball.
Yeah, Trench is out there saying
he's got 3 Gold Gloves. He's better than that.
He's better than that, but that's not his ball. It's Tyler's ball. He's one of the best outfielders in the league. Absolutely, Tyler should be yelling mine, ball, ball, ball.
And suddenly it feels like the door's wide open for the ones.
Yes and no. They do only have 2 outs to go, and they are down 8. Spurrier hits a spinner that comes
almost
back
hits
to
it
him.
Again.
BR Moss asking, how do I bet these points? Well, at the start of the next game, you'll see a thing pop up saying who choose which side you'd like. There'll be a spread most likely. Ones will be probably -2.5-ish again, maybe -1.5 after all the way Warbirds have done tonight. And you can use those points for all sorts of stuff in our Wiffle store. Check out our regular store, store.premierleaguewiffle.com. Use the code PLWTwitch for 10% off. Go support your favorite PLW team by grabbing some merch. 2-2 to Spurrier, and he rolls one over to Petrikis. Hits him in the chest, flips it to KJ at third, to Maccabee, who can't handle it for the double play, but they do get the lead runner at third, secure the second out, and it's first and second. 2 outs here, 1 out away for the Warbirds to take this game number 2, Tom.
Making some mistakes, but I think they can afford to right now.
Yeah.
That's not something the Warbirds are used to.
They definitely can afford to, but it's not a habit you want to, see made ever, really. You want to execute those plays and just shut the door on teams in this spot. Imagine if this was a 1 or a 2-run game and they have that same kind of, blasé attitude on that double play and don't quite execute. Adam Couts could be up here with the go-ahead run at the plate. Thankfully for the Warbirds, they're up 8.
Looks like AK's trying to do an impression of some major leaguer. But yeah, the Warbirds have lost so many games on just those little...
It's Matt Olson for sure. That's definitely who it is. Yeah, Adam Couts is a big A's fan, and that's absolutely Matt Olson. Yeah.
Matt Olson, love it.
Matty roll. Whoa! And he almost takes Couts. Watch your lips, as Couts would say. As Petrikis throws one in, he knows he was... Matt says, I wasn't intentionally going at you. It just happened to be where the throw went. Couts didn't really get out of the way. He was kind of lingering there anyway. But big story of the night, Tom, are the Warbirds, the 9th-ranked team taking on the first place, the ones...
Without their best player.
Without Jim Dodos in the house. And the Warbirds take game number 1, 12-10, and now they trounced the ones 9-1 here.
Commanding
game number
win.
2.
The Warbirds have lost so many one-run games on just those little errors that we just saw, but to be able to make those errors and still win by 8 is a huge morale boost for this Warbirds team.
Really impressive job by the Warbirds all around tonight. Great job managing the pitching staff by Chris Warfield. Doesn't get enough props for what he does as a manager. He catches a little slack when he decides to go hang out on the container some nights. But Warfield knows his team, and without Dodos here tonight, Warfield is clearly more involved, and he's so far managed his pitching staff perfectly and has set his team up with the opportunity for a word we would not have, if we used it pregame, would have been for the other side. And there's a chance the Warbirds sweep the ones here tonight. And we're going to find out if they can do just that in game number 3. And we'll be right back.
All right, we are back.
Welcome back. Game number 3 coming up here. Warbirds, ones. Will be interesting to see who gets the start for the ones. I mean, we talked about Ryan Chen almost guaranteeing start game number 3. See if we can send a minion out there to see if we can find out for sure who's going to be starting this game. Looks like Dan Pickering's on the mound for the Warbirds. Finished that last game. Looked pretty good. No harm done. So he's going to get the start for the Warbirds. And you'd have to think Ryan Chen is going to get the start for the ones, right?
At the same time, it could be Chen, it could be Spurrier, it could be Couts, it could be Lou Allen. I mean, they really could go with anyone.
Yeah, we're going to see if, maybe they're just doing a little bit of a little test tonight to see, their pitching depth and who's going to give them a start. We're going to send Brad Ogden over to see if Brad can go find out who's going to start this game for the ones. Brad. And Ryan Chen is going to take the bump here in game number 3. We have that prediction open. Drop it down for us there down below. We have some points kind of even so far. As Dan Pickering almost sends one back into us in the booth. All right, the fans are begging for the tacos. Storm Glider, Tinkerbell. They want to see the tacos.
Vegan
there they are.
Tacos right here. I am not sure where they are from. Kyle, you want to take a bite out of that?
Nope, those are all yours. I'm sure they're delicious, but you can have those.
You ate before the series, I see.
I did. I look like a guy who goes hungry.
We're going to give you, I know Greg doesn't love us eating in the booth, but we're going to give you a nice view of this bite.
No, we're not.
Beautiful.
Drop that prediction down for us down below, please, so we can sweat as all these points come in very even so far. Ones dropping the first 2 games, but now we're going to get Ryan Chen on the bump. Got to think that this is their guy for this game. They're going to be batting first, looking to jump on the Warbirds here, take a lead, and then send out Chen to shut them down. But Brandon Mayo with innings left, Peter Mockabee with innings left. Manager Chris Warfield's going to throw all he's got at the ones here. Will be interesting to see how long Maine Dan stays in this game. He's only forced to face 3 batters. Does he go 3 batters and immediately get pulled? Or, you know, depending on what those 3 batters do, we'll see what his leash looks like. 4,000 of you hanging out on TikTok, 700-ish on Twitch. Come on over to Twitch for the full broadcast, TikTokers. Twitch.tv/Premier Wiffle. You get 3 different camera angles. You can get a bet in on this game right now. You can bet Wiffle points.
But you have to hurry. If you're over here on Twitch, you can see the vegan tacos. And Kyle, that might have been the best taco I've ever had.
Okay. You're really selling it?
I know Trench used to make tacos, and I've had Trench's tacos.
It was free, so it's got to shoot up pretty high in your list just with that alone.
Yeah, it tastes about 20% better when it's free. And it looks like we're about ready to get started here. Warbirds ones, game 3. Warbirds up 2-0, commanding 2-0 lead, looking to turn this league on its head right before the trade deadline, Kyle.
Yeah, big series right here for the Warbirds. If they can find a way to sweep the ones, boom, 1 pitch, 1 swing, 1 run for the ones. Justin Spurrier continues his hot-hitting ways tonight. 2 home runs in game 1 for Spurrier, a single and a walk in game 2, and he feels like he's the guy to be at the top of this lineup for the rest of the season, and I think manager Scottez Dobbins will agree.
Okay, Kyle, so who you got warming up in the pen for the Warbirds?
I think you got to go right to Brandon. I mean Brandon or Matt, depending on how. I think you got 3 batters out of Dan here. Do not let this get away. One, even if he gets these next 2 guys, I think you just go right to either Matt to get out of this inning, and then to Brandon and Mockabee after that, as Couch is way ahead of that 52-mile-an-hour breaking ball.
Couch has been batting from the left side all night, and he's really struggled. I'd like to see him go to that right side a little bit.
I do think against Dan with this late, slow breaking pitch, you got to think that's an amazing strat from the left side to be able to wait on this. But he rolls this one over to Petrikis, who scampers after it and makes the throw. Couch was a little lazy getting out of the way, but after he got hit at the end of game 2, made sure to get out of the way of that one.
Yeah, Couch, he sees the pitch coming into him, but he's rolling over everything. If he's batting from the right side, he can try to turn on that just like Spurrier did and rip it over the Maroon Menace.
Yeah, you make a good point. Tom. Maybe he's just not realizing the adjustment he should be making. Chen sees a pitch low and in the zone, goes down after it. Just fouls it back, though.
Looks like
Spurrier had no home runs coming into tonight. He's got 3 so far tonight.
Wow.
As we did miss a large portion of the season due to an injury. He had broken his foot, I believe.
That's right. Something, I think it may have been his leg.
Yeah, it might have been his tibia or something.
That lower half of the leg.
Right, he broke so he was out there. There was even a night where he stepped in and came in and he got a hit with a boot on. So Spurrier back to full health and swinging it just as good as he ever has, if not better. Somebody asking, why did he throw home instead of to first? I'll tell you just after oh my goodness, we see another error in the field. They had 3 outfielders set up for Ryan Chen. Chen pops it up, but it goes off of Maccabee's hand. We have a little bit of a dark spot sometimes out in right center just based on where the lights are placed, and it's hard to see out there sometimes, so that one maybe just Maccabee didn't quite see it.
It might have been a case of too many cooks in the kitchen. 3 outfielders, maybe too many in that situation, the way they were distributed in that outfield.
And some guys who aren't super used to playing outfield. Burner is typically more of an infielder, as is Maccabee. So guys, Maccabee usually plays third, Buck plays second a lot. Tyler, the only true outfielder out there. Without Dodos here, missing an outfielder, so a few errors in the outfield as we've seen so far tonight. And yeah, I was going to explain, the backstop is just acts as the first baseman. We used to throw over to the first baseman, but we decided that was way too easy of a throw. So now on a ground ball, you have 5 seconds to field it and throw it to the backstop in the air to record that out. And that's going to be a pop-up. Petrikis is going to call that one. So Dan is going to have a chance to complete this inning, as we've seen.
He's already pitched to 3 batters, but they're going to leave him in there.
Yeah, and this is going to see Cody Schmidt getting in at bat. I believe this is his first at bat of the night. He wasn't in the lineup. Schmidt, kind of a feast or famine kind of guy. He's got a lot of strikeouts, but he also hits the ball a ton. A real all or nothing hitter. Absolutely. He's looking for a pitch in the zone, and he's looking to hit it hard.
And he's not going to check swing.
Nope. And he swings at that 53-mile-an-hour pitch on the inside, a little bit ahead of that.
A lot ahead of that.
One and two. Schmidt here. Man, Dan looking to get out of this inning, only giving up 1 run. Chen over there on first, hoping Schmidt can come through and get a ball to the wall to score him. 2-2 pitch to Schmidt, and he goes down swinging for the 3rd out. And a good job by Dan Pickering, only giving up that first pitch solo shot to Justin Spurrier. The ones do get that 1 run and take the lead, as I thought they probably would there. And now they have to face Ryan Chen. And we'll see if Chen makes any adjustments from Game 1. He came in Game 1 in relief and walked out and wasn't quite himself. We'll see if he looks like the Ryan Chen that we know right here.
I think we might be getting angry Chen in Game 3, as you see perfect game Ryan Chen pitched against my Sand Vipers. He owned me a little bit in that series, and we might be seeing that type of Chen in this Game 3. His team down 2-0. They already gave him a 1-run lead before he even has to take the mound.
Yeah, that's exactly what a pitcher like Ryan Chen is looking for. It's kind of a good, in sports, we always talk about how you have home field advantage. Well, home field advantage is not exactly a thing here at Hideaway Field. You get to bat second, and you have last ups. But there's a lot of value, and actually, believe it or not, the teams that are the road team actually have a kind of a slightly above 500 record. There's something to be said about being the first team who can get up there, go get some runs, and then have your pitcher on the mound go and shut a team down. Yeah, you don't have to worry about the crowd. The crowd is neutral. You have your own guys here, for both sides usually.
Everyone playing at the same field, so it's more about, even if it's not in the first inning, if you're the away team, you're more likely to be the team throwing that first punch.
Exactly. Buck Burner having a huge night tonight, looking to continue his ways. Game 1, he hit 2 home runs and a single. Game 2, 2 more home runs. Chen taking his time, but now set, delivers to Buck, plunks him in the back. First pitch.
Maybe trying to send a message there, Buck. Obviously very hot tonight as he gives a smile after that one.
Buck chases there. I was just about to say, it will be interesting to see how Buck approaches Chen, knowing that he did walk out in game number 1. Maybe he forces him to throw a strike, but Burner did chase a ball there. Now it's 1-2 to Chen. Maybe looking to go screwball here. Dives it into the dirt, 59 miles an hour. 2-2 to Buck. Drop that pole down for us down below, please, as Chen spikes one there, and it's full count. Who will finish with the most regular season wins? Ones, Vaders, Snappers, Vipers, Bombers. Good little pole. That one I hit foam, which is going to be a ball. 53 miles an hour was good, but it hit that foam in the back, and that's going to be a leadoff walk for Buck Burner. And we have Ryan Chen in a little trouble here after this first batter, and brings up patient Peter Mockabee.
Yeah, Chen off the foam, kind of getting squeezed by our home plate umpire, that metal pan.
Mockabee swings at the first pitch a little inside, goes down 0-2. Always interesting to see guys approach after a walk, whether or not they want to force them to throw a strike or whether or not they're anticipating a get-me-over pitch. Mockabee, the latter there, was looking for a pitch to hit and got it, but just missed it. Chen misses wide, 2-2 here.
Not sure if our fans have looked at the standings. Vipers starting to run away with this poll. Who will finish with the most regular season wins? Do they know that we're at 500 right now?
Do they think you're just going to win out? I mean, you're really not that many games off of being the number 1 seed, but to have to climb from 500 to where these other teams are at, as Mockabee pokes one to the left side. Dobbins does a good job preventing that from hitting the wall. What a difference there. If Dobbins doesn't touch that ball and it gets to the wall, Burner scores from first. Now he only goes to second, and we have double play situation set up. That's another unsung value of outfielders in this league. When you have a guy as athletic as Dobbins to be able to shoot over there, prevent that ball from hitting the wall, that saves a double. That saves a run and damage.
A great play there and a fantastic piece of hitting by Peter Mockabee to really wait till that ball gets deep into the zone and then go the other way with it, just barely sneaking it right of that foul pylon.
Good late swing by Mock. Mile chases one high, and then Chen gasses him up, and Mile frustrated.
Visibly upset.
Chen gets the better of him there. For the first out, Perez going to slide up to the 4-hole here, as he was last game as well. Perez a rookie, but swinging a much better bat than he did the first half of the season. Looking to do damage here against Chen as he rolls that one over. It's going to stay foul. Chen ahead of him 1 and 2 here. Dodo saying Mock is so undervalued this year. Yeah, Peter Mockabee is a guy who not everybody in the chat's going to know who he is just because he doesn't come as often. He lives in California. He travels 3 hours to come to these games. He comes to approximately 40% of games, and he's just not nearly as known. He's a little bit of a quiet-spoken guy, but man, can he play.
You know, people often forget how good Peter Mockabee is because of that limited playing time, small sample size. If he gets in a slump, it's going to be more exaggerated.
Exactly. Perez did a good job fighting off that 2-2 pitch and take that one high. And we are filled up here with Ryan Chen already with a walk here. Has to come to Perez. Perez drives it deep to right center, and it's gone. And the Warbirds punch right back, Tom, 3-1.
James Perez with his second opposite field home run of the night, and you know the Warbirds love to see that. Another guy just waiting, seeing the ball deep into that strike zone, and then hammering it to right field.
I was talking pregame about Jimmy Perez. This kid, look, he was drafted high in the draft, fourth overall pick, right. I believe.
That's right.
Warbirds basically only one draft pick that they had this year, or at least their main draft pick. And they took Jimmy Perez 4th overall. He has had a bit of a slow start, but you just watch him swing the bat, and you can tell that this guy has some real talent, Tom.
The Warbirds, a couple of guys going the other way, and the ones really playing Petricus to pull, kind of giving him that whole right side. If he tries to poke it over there, let's see what he does. But like you said about Perez, I mean, he's really their golden boy now. Number 4 pick. They've really been waiting on him to get hot, and it seems like he has, as Petricus rips that one up the middle for a base hit, keeps this rally going. Man on first for Tyler Wilinski.
And the ones are just continue to be a little bit off tonight. For whatever reason, Chen doesn't have his same nasty stuff, and the Warbirds are seeing him really well right now, continuing to hit the ball hard to all sides of the field, being patient, getting ahead in counts, and hitting the ball hard. Keys to victory across PLW.
And there you see AK, no more smile on his face.
He's going to roll this one over to AK, though. He's going to step on second, have a chance to turn a double play, makes a nice, strong throw to the middle of the backstop, and he turns that double play to prevent any more damage. But the Warbirds punch right back on the back of a 3-run home run by Jimmy Perez, and it's 3-1 Warbirds. They have another lead here, Tom, in game number 3. The Warbirds really have a chance to sweep the ones. Something that I would have put extremely long odds on to start this night. I think everybody would have. I mean, you're talking about something that's like 100, 200 to 1. You would think that the ones easily are going to win 1 at least, if not 2, if not 3.
The Warbirds have deflated the ones over on that third base side. They just really look out of it at this point. Do you think they can climb back in? I know it's only a 2-run lead, but doesn't it feel bigger?
It does feel bigger, but it doesn't really take much for this team to come right back in the game. We do see Maine Dan Pickering back out there on the mound. He's a guy who's known more as a contact pitcher. Yes, he mixes up speeds well, but the ones are going to be looking for pitches in the zone to hit and hit them hard. So we'll see a couple of strong swings can make the ones right back in this game. I mean, they are in this game down 3-1. It only takes one base runner to have the tying run to the plate. Dan has to have a bit of a short leash here. Warfield's going to want to use him as much as he can. Try to get as many outs as possible, but I think any sign of danger, you're going to see Brandon and you're going to see Mock, and I don't even know if we're going to see Matt take the field tonight. Take the mound tonight. Maybe we just see Matt as a defensive specialist, and they're going to try to use Brandon and Mock the rest of the way.
That could be the plan. It seems like Petrick is seeing some load management. Maybe he's having some sort of arm issue and he doesn't want to pitch.
It's true. He has a ton of innings in PLW history. He's been here since day one. But he's a guy who's an elite defender at all positions. So without Dodos out there in the field, as Dobbins gets under this one and sends it deep to left, and one pitch into this inning, and Maine Dan has given up a home run to Scottez Dobbins. First pitch of inning number 1, Spurrier hits over the container. First pitch of inning number 2, Dobbins hits way over to the container. One's punch back, 3-2 now.
I think if I'm the Warbirds, I'm yanking him right now.
Man, I think you gotta get him out of this game. And I think Shane Weber just suggested a new trend, kind of to be like Dragon Lady. Anytime Trevor does something good, when somebody hits a ball into the Hollis tree, if you want to have it continue to be named the Hollis tree, you gotta donate some subs into the chat.
It looks like Spurrier might hit AK with his backswing the way AK's standing right there. Oh my!
Yeah, Couts is a little close. Maybe he should take a small step back, but that's okay. Just we're trying to watch for your health as well.
I thought Spurrier was going to hit him.
Dobbins in the 6th hole with a leadoff home run. And Spurrier way over the container as well as they go back-to-back, and you got to get Dan out of there now. Yep, manager Chris Warfield walks out to the mound before Spurrier hits second base.
I'm going to be honest with you, Kyle. I'm surprised they even let him go out to start this inning.
I know. We talked about whether or not he would have more than even 3 batters to be able to face. Look, he's not incapable of getting outs, but a night like tonight where Mayo's been dealing and Mock's been dealing, you get your first inning out of Dan, and you go to your aces. Maybe the only mistake managerially so far tonight by Chris Warfield, he left Dan in 2 batters too long, and they both went yard.
Yeah, that's tough. Looks like they're going to go to Mockabee here. Mockabee throwing a lot of those floaters and cement mixers. Let's see if that will be the answer to this one's lineup.
Yeah, still no Petrikis. They're not gonna change pace at all. They're just gonna go with the guys that have got them here so far tonight. I wonder if I don't really know history between Petrikis and the ones, but maybe there's some strong history of the ones hitting Matt well, and maybe that's why Warfield has faded using him tonight, or maybe, as I suggested, they just need him on the defensive.
And what a big night from Justin Spurrier. Spurrier, without a home run on the season coming into tonight, obviously started the season, I believe, 3 or 4 weeks of injury.
At least 3 or 4 weeks.
Before he even really took the field and could take at bats, he had that boot on his foot, and now he has 4 home runs tonight. First 4 all season, having a huge night, and he's going to get himself into that player of the week conversation.
Get a pair of guys tonight with 4 home run nights. Buck Burner with 4, and now Justin Spurrier with 4. Man, both guys coming up huge. Adam Couts having a down night for him for sure, but he goes back to back to back, and the ones retake the lead. Maybe the first time we've seen that this year, Tom. If not, maybe only the second time. I don't know, but the ones have just gone back to back to back. Dobbins, Spurrier, and now Adam A.K. Couts. 3 bombs in a row over the container.
Kyle, like you said, it does not take much to wake up this one's offense, and they're awake now.
And they've gone back to back to back, and they have now Ryan Chen at the plate. My God, if there's ever a guy that can make this 4 in a row, this is the guy. I'm not rooting for either side, but man, I would love to see 4 in a row. I don't think we've seen that in PLW history, have we? 4 in a row. I know.
That's a good question.
I know we have a guy with 4 in one game, but not 4 batters in a row. Chen was just ahead of that one.
Really set me up for that humble brag there, Kyle.
Well, I didn't want to mention who had it, but I was just saying it existed.
It was against the Warbirds as well.
Wow. 2-2 to Chen. He stares at 53 down the middle. That off-speed deceiving pitch from Mockabee.
What a pitch from Mock. Buckler.
Yeah, that's not exactly where Chen is looking in the zone. He's looking higher. As we said earlier, the guy stands 6'4"-ish, 6'5" maybe. Chen's quite tall, and he's looking for a pitch middle or up to drive. And that lower part of the zone, if you can live there as a pitcher, you're going to be able to be successful in this league as a whole. Mockabee gets ahead of Goot 0-2. Fulton County asking how have they not changed pitchers. They did change pitchers. Dan Pickering was on the mound to start this inning, gave up back-to-back shots. They brought in Peter Mockabee, and he was greeted by Justin Spurrier, by Adam Kautz hitting the third consecutive home run. But he gets back-to-back Ks there. He's going to have Cody Schmitty, another high K guy, also a guy who can leave the yard.
Yeah, we saw in his last at-bat why Schmitty is often not in this lineup. Waved and missed at a couple of pitches.
600 viewers hanging out with us here on Twitch. We appreciate you spending your Cinco de Mayo here with us, watching this Warbirds Ones battle. 5,000 of you over on TikTok watching that one camera angle. As awesome as this is, seeing this action from that camera angle, that wide angle lens, head on over to Twitch for the full broadcast as Mockabee strikes out 3 consecutive batters after giving up the solo shot. 5,000 of you on TikTok, come on over to Twitch, twitch.tv/Premier Wiffle. Watch the third game here of this slugfest tonight. This one's gonna be a good one. It's gonna come down to the wire. I don't think we're gonna see an 8-run win here.
We've got
by
a one-run
side.
game.
This one, yeah, we have a one-run game here. Top 2, bottom 2 now. It's 4-3 ones. The ones got the lead on a solo shot from Justin Spurrier to start the game. 3-run bomb from Jimmy Perez, bottom 2, and then back-to-back shots by the ones have them retake the lead 4-3. And we're gonna see a battle in this one, I think, Tom.
Everyone over on TikTok trying to change the camera. We've got 5 different cameras over here on Twitch. We've got wiffle points. You can wager wiffle points and win real items for free.
Yeah.
You can get
Real
instant
merch.
replays. You can see our faces. Maybe the one downside of coming over to Twitch.
Yeah, for sure. At least your face, yep.
You're quick, Kyle. You're quick.
Bizzle Hill subbing with Prime. We appreciate you, Bizzle Hill. If you guys
Head
have
on
Amazon Prime, feel free to use that sub on PLW. You'll be able to watch it ad-free.
Exclamation point. Prime will give you the link to that.
Chen going super change up there to Buck Burner, trying to keep him way off balance. 42 miles an hour, grabs the outside pipe. He's ahead 0-2. See if Buck can... Now he tries to heat him up, but misses nowhere close. 67 miles an hour. We'll see how Buck competes here with 2 strikes. Chen goes under the legs. Doesn't find the zone, though. He's throwing everything he's got at Buck Burner here. And now he goes over the top, and tink, top of the zone. What a pitch selection by Ryan Chen there.
He just
42 outside pipe, 67 not even close, between the legs, and then 46 top pipe. Maybe the best strikeout in PLW history.
He just threw the kitchen sink at him right there.
He threw everything he had.
That brings up Mockabee. 1 out, trying to get something started for this Warbirds team.
Mockabee gets under that one. It's a spinner back towards him. Stays foul. When are you going to bring out your under the leg pitch there? You have. You gonna use it at all this year?
Waiting for playoffs.
All right.
Yeah, I actually, my foot lands, and then I go under the legs.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That was just, Chen picked his leg up and tried to throw it. Ooh, he tried to do the same thing to Mockabee as he just got Burner on, but missed high. Mockabee works it full. And he does a great job again going the opposite way. They had 2 fielders over there playing him to go opposite way, but he found a hole in between Spurrier and Kautz on the left side. Mockabee is on first yet again tonight. Solid night by Peter Mockabee.
Yeah,
Mockabee with 2 singles, a home run, and a walk in game 1, so reaching base 4 out of 5 times. In game 2, a single and 2 walks, and now back-to-back singles by Mockabee. That's 5 singles, 3 walks, and a home run by Mockabee tonight. Stepped up in Jim Dodos' absence.
And especially with them playing him as if he's a right-handed hitter and still shooting it through that left side. Very impressive hitting by Mockabee.
Beating the shift, quote-unquote.
It's a man who can place the ball where he wants it to go, similar to Andrew Leday, another guy that seems to be aiming where he's hitting the ball in this league.
Amazing how he can do that. And Mayo takes that pitch high, and that's going to walk out Ryan Chen here in the second inning. And manager Scottez Dobbins has to make a decision. You see Adam Kautz and Dobbins, and now Spurrier going to go for a meeting
you see Lou
there.
Allen Maybe he's trying to get
And
himself
look at
into
Lou
this
Allen
game.
looking for an opportunity.
Put me in, coach.
Meeting of the minds out there in left field, and it looks like it's going to be Couts. He probably said, look, coach, give me the ball. He's a gamer. Couts looks for the ball, looks for opportunities to take it, and he's got this one here. First and second, 1 out, with Jimmy Perez coming up for the second time this game, coming off with that 3-run bomb in game number 1. Inning number 1, excuse me.
Features that submarine sort of screwball type pitch. Comes over the top. You see him throw a changeup as well, as you see right there. So let's see how these Warbirds adjust. Couts definitely a different pitcher than really anyone else they've faced, other than obviously him a little bit earlier in the series. Definitely not exactly the same look that you're getting from the other guys.
Yeah, that's another part of the one's pitching depth that we don't really talk about, is their ability to give different approaches with their list of pitchers. Ryan Chen, 6'5", long stride, comes over the top, kind of nasty.
Big screwball.
Justin Spurrier from the left side. Goot, a little more standard curveball stuff. Schmitty, 12-6. And now you got Couts with this submariner and the ability to throw 95 miles an hour if he decides to, pipe one in there, at your head. We got to watch yourself.
Yeah, it seems like every pitcher on this one's pitching staff has a different favorite pitch, which helps them a lot.
Wow, I can't believe Perez missed that pitch. It was 2-1, and he gets a 51-mile-an-hour get-me-over slider from Adam Couts, and he just missed it.
Floated it right by him.
Couts scampers off the mound, tries to make this play, but it's going to spin out of play. Perez gets a second life. 2-2 here. Perez swinging a great bat tonight. Had a home run in game number 2 and a double, and a home run in the first inning here. Looking to do some damage again. Couts goes submariner. Late swing by Perez off of Bird's hand. Can make this play. Doesn't able to get there. That's going to be a dirty single, which is just going to move everybody up 1 base. And now it's bases loaded, 1 out for the All-American Matt Petrikis. Looking to deliver here. Matt with a walk and a double last game. Single here in the first inning.
Looks like they're leaving him pretty much the entire right side and leaving a pretty big left center field gap as well. Let's see if he can take advantage of one of those holes.
Couts paints the lower pipe. Bird, not the most fleet of foot second baseman over there. If Matt can somehow hit a ball to the right side, Bird's going to have a hard time getting to it. Couts works him inside, kind of pitching to his defense. 2-2. Plenty of room on the right side if Matt looks to go that way, plus the left center field gap. Couts comes in. Matt swings and misses. Couts with a big strikeout there. Bases loaded, 1 out to get Petrikis swinging. That's going to bring up Tyler Walensky. Tyler with a home run already tonight. A couple of singles as well. Put the ball in play most of the time. And he stares at strike 2 technically from Adam Couts. Now goes down 0-2. Couts in the driver's seat to get out of this jam, Tom.
This is a pivotal at-bat, Kyle. This might be one of those at-bats that decides the game.
And he gets Walensky swinging and missing. A big kind of wind-up from Couts, a little bit of deception there, something different. And Tyler, a little over-anxious on 0-2, swings at a pitch inside at only 48 miles an hour and misses. And a huge execution of getting out of a jam by Adam Couts there. Bases loaded, 1 out for Petrikis, gets him. And then Walensky with 2 outs and gets him.
And then goes over and gives Ryan Chen a big hug. That was cute.
That was cute. That's nice to see those two. He's like, don't you worry, Chen, I got you.
And you see Couts is pumped up.
And now we hear Adam Couts. We've been waiting all night to hear from Adam Couts.
And it seems like the ones, they've got all the momentum. They're only up by 1, but doesn't it feel like they're up by more after that?
It does feel like they're up by more. This feels like Warbirds really pressuring back against the wall. There's been times where the Warbirds have struggled to put up runs. It hasn't been that way so far tonight. They got 12 in game 1. They got 9 in game 2. They got 3 in the first inning here in game number 3. But they left the bases loaded there in inning number 2. And now they got to face this tough ones lineup. Dobbins, Spurrier, Couts, then Chen. Big inning for Maccabee. If they get a shutdown inning, maybe they can, go and tie this game up. But if it's not, I think it's one's momentum and one's victory here. Huge inning to decide this game, I think, right here.
Yeah, Maccabee needs a quick inning, get those guys back into the dugout. Here we go, Maccabee facing the manager, Scottez Dobbins. Drops that one in there, 50 miles per hour, buckles him, strikes out Dobbins. That's out number 1, and Maccabee bounces back after that.
Big pitch by Maccabee there. Normally on 0-2 in this league, guys try to stay away from the zone, but Maccabee not afraid. Knows he's got the stuff, comes right after. Dobbins gets him looking. And the first pitch to Spurrier stares at it in the zone as well. Maccabee hit 0-2 again. And he floats that one in there at 55. Back-to-back backward Ks to start this third inning by Maccabee. Fantastic job thus far. But now has to face Adam Couts batting from the right side. Tom.
Yeah, that was another buckler, too. And happy to see Couts going from the right side. Hits it hard, but right at Mayo. Cinco de Mayo. Gets that out number 3, very quick inning, and now suddenly it feels like the Warbirds have the momentum right back.
Huge shift. That was a monstrous inning by Peter Maccabee as he's getting high fives from everybody on the bench. I think everyone on the Warbirds recognized that that was kind of the make or break inning in this game. If for some reason Mock didn't shut the ones down there and they let them get a couple of runs, drastic momentum shift, and they were going to be down a handful of runs going into the bottom of the third here. But now they're only down 1, and a quick 1-2-3 innings, and the ones have to feel a little bit of pressure. Couts has to feel like now he needs the shutdown inning, just like Maccabee just had.
Yeah, and somehow now it feels like the Warbirds are in control. It's a very teeter-totter type of game we're seeing here in Game 3, Kyle.
100% back and forth, both on the scoreboard and with the momentum right now has to be with the Warbirds. Bringing up to start this inning, Buck Burner, who has 4 home runs so far tonight.
Oh, there you see Trench doing a little dance on the container. I'm not really sure what you call that dance.
Yeah, more like if I was Trench, I'd be like, is that the Dougie? And Burner, number 5, ties this game. A line drive shot to left field. We're tied at 4s here in Game 3, and Buck Burner, number 5 on the night.
Buck Burner.
This is the guy who everybody, when he first showed up in Season 2, thought he might win Rookie of the Year. Him, A.J. Petrovsky, and Andrew Leday battled for it. Ultimately, it was Andrew Leday to win it with his prowess, both at the plate and on the mound. But Buck Burner has just reminded everyone how good of a hitter and how powerful of a man he is with 5 bombs tonight.
And how dangerous he is when he is locked in. Buck, kind of known as a streaky hitter here in PLW, but when he's on a hot streak, look out.
Look out is right. Used to be a member of that strong Sand Vipers lineup, and Adam Couts takes a little bit of aggression out, firing one in at 88 miles an hour.
I'm surprised. Got a little bit of a frustration pitch from Couts. Only 88. I was expecting 95 there.
I do think there's a very unlikely chance that he goes over 55 after throwing that fast. We'll see if he makes an adjustment. Yeah, and he goes 48 and gets Maccabee to roll back over to him. I have this. I've never seen Couts throw. I basically have only one time seen Couts out of like 50 throw 70 plus and then throw over 55.
And the funny thing is, once you throw 88, 55, 56, 57, that doesn't look that fast.
It looks like 40
You can often get away with throwing a little over 55 after one of those.
I agree. I'm surprised he doesn't try to use it a little more often, and maybe he will after he hears me say it. But, most often goes super slow, and he went 48 there and got Maccabee to roll over. Well, effective nonetheless. So
definitely changes the timing of the hitter. Mayo rolls that one foul. It looks like the ones are kind of really giving him a lot of room to go up the middle, but I feel like Brandon Mayo loves to go up the middle.
Sure does.
And even Couts throwing that pitch is kind of falling off to the shortstop side, and they're giving him a huge gap up the middle.
Yeah, begging him to go straight up the middle or even to the right side towards Bird at second base.
And Bird
but he
perhaps
goes down swinging there.
Bird perhaps talking to someone on the sideline. Didn't even seem like he was paying attention. Thankfully, the ball not put in play. He does not get burned. And that brings Jimmy Perez up to the plate.
Big 3-run bomb in the first inning for Perez. Single in the second. Home run and a double, game number 2. Good night for Jimmy here. Good eye laying off the first 2 pitches from Kaut. Gets ahead 2-1 and now is going to be looking for a pitch in the zone to hit hard. Little bit inside and fights that one off. 2-2 now. 650 viewers on Twitch hanging out with us, watching this great Game 3 between the Ones and the Warbirds. This one's pretty much a coin flip right now. Normally you would think, look, anytime it's a close game, you got to give advantage Ones, but this one feels like a dead coin flip. And Perez does a great job working a 2-out walk against Adam Kautz there to give Matt Petrikis a chance to do some damage. 3 for 3 getting on base for Jimmy so far this game.
Does a great job extending this inning, giving Petrikis a chance to get something else going. Just a 1-run game. Every run is huge, and they're going to look back on leaving the bases loaded just a couple innings ago.
Adam Kautz wants to be on the mound, so having that walk against him might force him to come in a little bit, and he goes in against Petrikis there, but he gets him to jam shot fly out to Dobbins in short left field. But the Warbirds strike back, and on a solo shot by Buck Burner, his 5th home run of the evening, the Warbirds have tied this game up, and it's 4-4, heading to the top of the 4th. 4s are wild here, Tom. What's your prediction the rest of the way? I don't know how many innings Maccabee has left. It might only be 1 or 2. Brandon Mayo's got to be right behind him. Matt Petrikis is still available if they want to use him. Probably only an emergency situation, though, because I think they want him to be in the field defending behind Mayo. Kirby Bucket goes for a tumble. Is he okay? What happened to Kirby?
Looks like he's going to stay in the game.
Kirby's just a little anxious. There haven't been many mid-inning pitching changes tonight, and I think Kirby just wanted to get a little run in, stay loose.
Yep, keep those tires moving.
Yeah, you don't want to. If you stay still with your tires for too long, they can get flat spots. So we don't want Kirby to have any of that. He's had a couple of issues lately, so good to see Kirby back to full health.
Yeah, looking to make sure we do a little bit better maintenance on Kirby. Not, when that check engine light goes on, we got to go into the shop. We can't just say, oh, he's still running fine. Who cares about the check engine light?
Right.
We really got to take Kirby's health seriously.
Mumbo Jumbo saying, how is it 4-4 when Bro has 5 home runs? Well, we're in game number 3. Buck Burner had 2 home runs in the 12-10 Warbirds victory in game number 1, and he had 2 more in game number 2, and the Warbirds won 9-1. And here we are in game number 3, and it's 4-4, and Burner has another one in this game. We play 3 games every night here at PLW, 6 p.m. Pacific, every night, Monday through Friday on Twitch. Ryan Chen working a count here against Peter Maccabee. Maccabee's going to have to come into Chen, and Chen's going to be looking to retake the lead for the Ones. And does not get a strike. Leadoff walk to Ryan Chen. Not the guy Maccabee wanted to test there.
How many walks is that for Chen tonight? That's got to be, 4?
Looks like 3.
Ah.
2 in game 1. I have none in game 2, and then now 1 here in game 3. But still, that's Ryan Chen's MO.
Not the worst guy to pitch around as well.
A lot of walks. Yeah, a lot of walks, a lot of hitting the ball hard. You say it's not the worst guy to pitch around, but now you face nothing but powerful hitters behind them. There's really no soft spots in this Ones lineup. Everybody can do damage, and that's why they're a perennial contender here in PLW.
Mock not happy with the condition of that ball.
Chiefs boy asking, is this baseball or wiffle ball? This is wiffle ball. We play wiffle ball here. 113 feet to dead center, 93 down the left field line, 91 down the right field line. Brand new plastic balls, unscuffed. Premier League wiffle. Maccabee delivers to Goot, who's out ahead of it.
Maccabee getting everyone out ahead of these, and they've just got to sit back. There's no fast pitch coming in to get you.
And Goot does a great job waiting back on that one and slaps it hard to the left side to Tyler Walensky. And the Ones are in business. First and second, nobody out. Does Warbirds think about making a change at all after Maccabee walks Chen and gives up a hard hit ball to Goot? But he is going to face Apple Zoller instead of Cody Schmidt, who's had a hard time putting the ball in play tonight.
Cody Schmidt, definitely a free swinger. Sometimes that pays off for him, sometimes not so much.
Apple Zoller gets ahead of that one.
Way out in front, and
this really would have been an interesting time to possibly pinch hit Lou Allen instead. And only because he's a lefty. You really want to stay away from the easy double play in this spot. And if Applezola rolls one over to the left side, the Warbirds do just as good a job, if not better, than any other team in turning that what we call easy double play. But he's going to bloop one to Tyler Walensky. Goes off his hands, but he sticks with it and secures the catch. Walensky made that one a heck of a lot more exciting than it had to be, but does a great job staying with it. That ball popped straight up in the air and came back to him as he was sitting on the ground.
What a catch. Oh, my goodness. Pops it up right to himself. Had a couple of other Warbirds in support of him there if it popped up to one of them. Very fortunate. They're still able to get the out there. Now that third to second double play would end the inning, Kyle.
Yep, good job by the Warbirds crashing in on Tyler there, knowing that if for some reason he can't handle it, both KJ LaCroix and Matt Petricus were there to try to catch that pop-up. And you'd be surprised. The ball's spinning so much out here. You don't really see it on the camera. It's so much harder to catch a pop-up here than you realize just watching at home.
Especially diving. He's kind of tumbling over on that.
Coming in on it. Yep.
Does a great job controlling his body and sticking with that. I mean, a lot of guys, they're rolling over themselves and they can't even keep their eye on the ball.
Almighty K9 saying, how would anyone in the world hit a ball coming in at over 70 if it's only 43 feet? Yeah, it's not easy. We have this equivalent, approximately 55 miles an hour is approximately 80 to 85 miles an hour if you are facing MLB distance pitching. So yeah, if you somehow get a pitch in the 60s or 70, that's more like a 100-mile-an-hour fastball.
Yeah, and that's really the reaction time. The good thing about batters in this league is that you're not swinging that heavy wooden wiffle ball bat, so you actually do have more time to react and swing compared to the 85-mile-per-hour fastball. But in terms of the quickness the ball reaches the plate, it's about that.
Exactly. And then we have a second walk in this inning. Chen led the inning off with a walk. Goot then hit a single to left field. We had that fancy play by Tyler Walensky in left field for the first out, and then Dobbins just walks at the bottom of the order, and that's going to walk out Peter Mockabee, and they have to bring in Brandon Mayo here. Bases loaded, one out, another pivotal spot in this game. We thought last inning was maybe it. Now we have a new big situation of the game as we see Kirby Bucket showing off his skills, doing that jump down the third base line.
And landing the jump.
Yeah.
Kirby's got some turbo now.
Kirby does have some turbo now.
And who else would you want? Cinco de Mayo. As you see Kirby spill those balls out. Let's see that on replay. He backs up, slams on the brakes, and gets himself knocked over.
He says, hey,
to spill the
Brandon,
ball to the pitcher.
I had two more in there, bud. Why don't you grab these?
Yeah, looking to spill the balls over so he can drive back home into his garage. Great play there by Kirby Bucket. One of the best we've seen tonight.
Who do you guys think are going to pull this game out? Put those ones emotes in the chat. If you think it's going to be the ones, put the Warbirds emote in the chat. If you think it's going to be the Warbirds, put that Kirby emote in the chat. If you think there's going to be a pitching change in this inning after Brandon Mayo. I don't think so, though.
Who else would you want? Cinco de Mayo, Brandon Mayo, trying to make sure the ones don't get to Cinco runs. That all kind of rhymed.
Yeah, great job, Tom. 57 miles an hour, but it's too hot. Hits the pan. Mayo tried to get ahead there, but didn't quite get it. 1-1 to Spurrier, who's swinging a big bat tonight, and he goes chasing 53, and it's 1-2. Stormgladders thinks the ones. Daniel's thinking the Warbirds. 1-2 to Spurrier. 4 home runs on the night already. Can he do another one? No, he can't. He goes down swinging, and Mayo comes in the game and gets a humongous strikeout. And here we go. Matchup of the night. Brandon Cinco de Mayo, bases loaded, 2 outs against Adam, A.K. Couts. Mayo goes 54. Looked a little harder than that, Tom. Misses low.
I know it's only the 4th inning, but this is one of those pivotal at-bats that could really decide the game.
And Couts with a good late swing, but too late, and fouls that one off over towards the Warbirds dugout. He's behind 1-2. Mayo in the driver's seat here.
Look for a curveball right in the dirt. Oh, no, he drops
He
down.
goes submarine, rolls one over to KJ LaCroix, who's basically sitting on third and does wrangle it in and gets the force out at third. Mayo comes in, picks up Mockabee, does a great job of getting out of that inning. Bases loaded, 1 out. The Warbirds couldn't score last inning with that situation, and now bases loaded, 1 out, and the ones can't score.
All right, as we head into the bottom of the fourth, I'm going to tease something here we've got coming up at the end of this game. We've got a little bit of a treat for you. So after this game, we're going to raid another channel called PLW Gaming that you can see on your screen. Sean Merciel, he's about to go live or already live at his home. He's playing MLB The Show 22, and look at how many packs of cards he's going to be opening up after this.
Packs over there.
He's got 70-plus packs, I think, of cards for MLB The Show. He's going to be opening after the broadcast. We're going to raid on over to PLW Gaming. And if you like MLB The Show, you can head on over to that stream and challenge Sean Merciel to a game.
Wow, let's go. I like it.
So
I don't really play much for video games, and J-Lo can speak to this in general, but MLB The Show is like basically the game
It's a
I
fun
like.
game, yeah.
It's like
I've been getting into it.
Game, yeah.
I've been getting into it.
It's kind of the only one that I can really give more than 20 minutes of attention to.
Yeah, very excited to see that. He's got a lot of new players to unlock, or what. I'm not sure exactly how it works, but 60's a lot of packs.
Oh, yeah.
So head on over to that after the game. We'll have that raid coming up for you after the post-game interview. Stay tuned.
Leva looking for the rules. Hit that exclamation point and then rules, and you'll get that link to our website, premierleaguewiffle.com/rules. And Walensky goes down swinging at a high fastball. Couch did a good job kind of pausing mid-windup. He's really trying to do something to mix up what the pitches he's throwing. Not just the actual pitches, but his delivery as well to try to keep these guys off balance.
Yeah, last time Walensky was up, he tied him up with that same pitch with the bases loaded to get out of the inning.
Buck Burner! Deep to left! Are you kidding me, Tom? 2 home runs in the first, 2 home runs in the second game, and now 2 home runs in the third game. Are you kidding me with this guy tonight?
Buck has struck again. Buck Burner absolutely on fire. These guys are gonna really have to be careful shaking this guy's hand because he's got a hot hand.
Oh my goodness. What a performance. I mean, this has only been matched basically by one other guy, and that was Ryan Shen earlier this season, who somehow had 7 home runs.
Trench too many hot cocos to stand up and try to catch that. He's going to stay sitting down in that seat.
What a series by Buck Burner.
Are you kidding me? Wow.
My goodness, Tom. And Mockabee goes straight up the middle. Barrett cuts that one off, but his single parade continues tonight. That's, I believe, his 6th, if not 7th single. 6 singles and 3 walks for Mockabee tonight. Been on base 9 times at least.
He has found every...
And Mayo! Cinco de Mayo! See you later, Tom! Deep to left, and this is the Warbirds night!
Cinco de Brandon. I'm not even going to say my... Oh, wait, I just did.
Oh. What a bomb by Cinco de Brandon Mayo. On his night, it's the Warbirds night.
And careful touching this guy's hand as he's got the hot hand as well. He's going to go back out there and pitch. My goodness, this Warbirds team, Jim Who.
Wow, Dodos is loving every minute of this in the chat. He was saying earlier, I don't know if I can even make my meeting tomorrow in California. I got to get back and party with the boys tonight.
Jim Dodos, maybe you should take a series off more often.
Wow.
Perhaps the absence of Jim, everyone's trying to step up. They don't have Jim to lean on, so every single player on this Warbirds team has stepped up in the absence of Dodos.
If this Warbirds team can hit like this, when Jim Dodos is back in the lineup, look out. I don't care how deep the ones are. I don't care how deep the Vaders are. I don't care how deep the Sand Vipers are.
You don't care how great a hockey team the Soviets have?
Exactly. The Warbirds could be coming from the bottom for any of these teams. They could easily rip off 7 in a row, 8 of 9, 9 of 10. I could easily see it. I mean, look at the way they've produced. Imagine a 1-2-3 punch of Burner, Dodos, Mockabee, Mayo right behind him. Perez when he's swinging it. The Warbirds are a threat in this league still. Yes, they were 12-24 coming in, but there's 6 strong weeks left, and they're looking like they're going to have a sweep tonight possibly. The Warbirds are coming.
Yeah, if this team can fire on all cylinders, and this isn't even that. This isn't them firing on all cylinders. They don't have Jim Dodos in their lineup.
Yeah, and you haven't had him in the field. They haven't even had to use Matt Petrikis on the mound for his good stuff. Amazing stuff out of the Warbirds tonight. all the way around. We're going to see Jeremy Lou Allen in here for the third game tonight, getting another opportunity to get some work in, try to keep these Warbirds at bay. And Perez jam shots the other way. Chen does a great job picking that up, spinning throw, fires a nice strong throw to the backstop to get Perez there for the first out here in the fourth.
Fantastic play by Chen, going all the way over to the foul line, spins and throws.
Second out. Looks like Walensky led off with a strikeout. Walensky struck out, home run, single, home run, ground outs. We have two outs here.
Tied up by Couts.
Yeah. Brings up Petrick. Yeah, every game 6 innings here.
Lou
As
Allen
Lou
with
Allen
a 90.
shows off his smoke, and he 2-ups Couts and hits 90.
Hits the strike zone as well.
And we'll see where he goes from 90. Does he go to 48 or does he go to like 57? Keep it off speed. He goes 50 in the dirt. Petrick doesn't fall for it. He's a veteran in this league. He knows he was going to get funky after that hard throw. Every game, 6 innings here in PLW. 6 on 6. 6 fielders, 6 batters, 6 innings.
And that's 1 walk for Lou Allen.
Tyler Walensky led this off, striking out. He's 0 for 3 this game, grounded into a double play in 2 Ks. Another opportunity for him here. He stares at 53, hitting the pipe, down 0-2.
Great pitch from Lou Allen.
Wouldn't have been. I think this kind of would have been a pretty good spot to maybe pinch hit KJ LaCroix here after Tyler started 0-3 in this game. But manager Chris Warfield going to stick with Tyler here.
Sticking with their guy.
Give him an opportunity for a 2-out RBI if he finds the wall. Takes that weird, goofy submarine kind of pitch from Lou Allen. Not really sure exactly what that was. Tried something different.
Maybe trying to be a little bit too cute there, trying to get a strikeout looking.
And I don't think he held up there. Shane punches him out as he did go around. And that's going to be the 3rd out of the inning. 3rd K of the game for Tyler. But the Warbirds...
2nd of the inning.
2nd of the inning. It's not too often where you can strike out twice in 1 inning. The Warbirds grab 3 on the backs of both Buck Burner with his 6th home run of the night. Incredible by Buck Burner. And then Brandon Mayo with a 2-run shot. And the Warbirds are now up 7-4 going to the top of the 5th. Just 6 outs away, Tom, from a sweep of the ones. Let me tell you something. Last night, I texted our media guy, our guy social media, and I said, Sweepo de Mayo was the quote I wanted to use. That's what I wanted to use, Sweepo de Mayo. And he goes, nope, Cinco de Mayo, spelling it M-A-I-O as in Brandon Mayo. And I said, yep, that's way better. And you know what? When I was thinking Sweepo de Mayo, I wasn't thinking Warbirds sweeping the ones.
You think it was a
honest.
sweep de Mayo.
Right, exactly. The sweeping was happening of Brandon Mayo's team. But I'm glad that is not the case, as the Warbirds have stepped up tonight and showed how deep of a team and how talented they are, even without their best overall player. And my God, are they a team to have to battle with the rest of the way here this season.
More like Sweepo by Mayo, as Matt Petrick is finally going to see the rubber. I believe Mayo is out of innings. Is that the reason they're going to go to Matt here?
It's got to be, right? I mean, with a 3-run lead, unless he has only 1 inning left, but even with only 1 inning left, you think they would throw it here first. It's got to be Mayo's out of innings. He probably used 3-3-3 maybe, or 4-2-3. It's hard for us to keep track with all the pitching changes sometimes without the actual scorebook in front of us, but I believe Brandon's out of innings. And Mockabee did walk out of this contest. Is that correct?
I believe so.
Yeah, Mockabee walked out last inning, and Brandon came in.
And you see the War Chicken rubbing the back of his neck. He is stressed about this game.
He knows how big of a game this is. What do you guys think? Do you think the ones have it in them to pull this one off? Ryan Chen leading off here can put a dent in this lead, no problem. Or are the Warbirds going to hang on and sweep the ones? How many teams have swept the ones in a 3-game series, Tom?
Do you know the answer, or are you actually asking me?
I'm actually asking you.
Whew.
I think
That
the
is
answer
a tough one.
might
Not
be
many.
0. I'm not sure.
This season?
No, in the history of the ones. I'm thinking the answer.
I know at least one team that has swept the ones.
The Sand Vipers got
Yeah.
him last season? No Chen, no Schmitty last year, as Chen goes opposite field towards Mockabee, but that's going to hit that wooden container, the wooden structure right above the wall, and that's a home run. Yeah, this is for sure a home run.
And looks like we've got the instant replay.
Yeah, we
Everyone's
have
yelling.
a replay. Everyone's yelling. I'm pretty sure this ball's gone, but I don't know for sure.
Let's take a look. That is very tough to see on replay.
Man.
I think the call on the field's going to stand whatever it happens to be.
What did they rule on the field? J-Dub's ruling it a home run.
That is very tough
Jonathan
to
Wilson,
see.
the third base ump. What are you guys seeing here? Please put in the chat if you're seeing home run or you're seeing triple or double or single. What are you guys seeing?
This is a
Ryan
very
Chen,
tough one
for
to
the
see.
moment at least, hits a solo shot opposite field. Home run, home run. Meadows, nope. What do we got, guys? Manager from the third base line has home run. Kenny's got home run. Syrups has kept it inside. Hand then wall. King Tay, no home run. Evans got triple. Mike's got double. Triple here. Stayed in, Roundy says. Chiro's got home run. Chapley's tough call. Triple, 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 triple. Everybody's saying triple.
Wow.
What do we have here?
I've slowed it down a little bit. I've got in the park here. Off his hand, off his head.
Off his
up in
hand,
the air,
off his
and it
head.
doesn't look like it goes out.
You know, we have a view up here, slowed down, that the umpires could take a look at
right
if
back.
they want. It looks to us, when you slow it down, it looks like it kind of goes off his hand, then off his head. Canseco-esque. Let me see. Do you guys see the same thing that I'm seeing? Off his hand, off his head, off the wall. Hand, head, wall. It really looks like hand, head, wall. 3 bags. It's confirmed. They looked at the slow down version. Off this hands. Joao is right. Hand, head, wall. Parent says we aren't umpiring. Yeah, we're not umpiring, but the umpires rely on the stream for the technology that we have in order to be able to look at replays as efficiently as possible. You know, we try to use all our resources to get as many calls correct on the field, regardless of what our opinion is. The umpires saw in that slow down replay, off the wall, didn't go over the wall.
And a little behind the scenes on that.
I mean, it's pretty much impossible for it to go over the wall unless it hit that wooden structure.
Yeah.
Where Maccabee was, it was between the posts. There was a controversial call in a Sand Vipers game earlier this season. Thankfully, it didn't matter. As Goot rips one up the middle, knocked down by Burner, and Matt fires to the backstop. I thought that was a base hit all day, but Burner steals one from Goot.
Sticks his paw out and slaps that back to Petricus, who throws home for the out. But yeah, a little behind the scenes, you actually sent a message about overturning challenges. Oh,
and
my.
Barrick deep to left, and he puts a dent in this lead, and it goes from 7-4 to 7-6, and Spencer Michael Barrick with a 2-run bomb deep to left.
And another classic controversial challenge play that doesn't actually end up mattering as Barrick knocks the run in anyway.
Right. We had a controversial one earlier in the season, and it was close. It was much closer to the left side of that gazebo, if you want to call it that, and it might have hit the wooden structure. But where Maccabee was on that play was dead in the middle. There's no wood paneling behind there.
And I believe that was our first slowed down iPhone replay, as we had the umpires actually take a video of the video screen in front of them in order to slow that down.
You were saying, I mentioned earlier to the umpires, where last night there was a spot where
there was an overturned call that was incorrect.
There was an overturned call that was
second of the season.
Right, that was incorrect. Regardless of what was correct in that play,
not enough evidence.
It was definitely a not enough evidence situation. It should have been call stands.
Yep.
It was not obvious that it was a double play spot where Purdy they thought was off the bag at second, and it turns out he was on the bag. But regardless of whether or not he was on the bag or not, it was definitely not enough evidence to overturn it.
As we saw later, if his foot's on the bag, that's definitely not enough evidence that it's not on the bag.
Exactly. Nice job by Burner making 2 plays. Now he's in shortstop. Burner was playing outfield for the most part this game, but now they have Perez out there. Burner moving in to play shortstop with Petricus on the mound.
And a big bat flip on that single from Spurrier.
That's the second bat flip on a single we've seen out of Spurrier tonight.
This time they're not down by 4, they're down by 1.
That's true.
That one I like a little better.
That one's more understandable, exactly. Adam Couts looking to hit the ball hard. If he gets one to the wall here with a double, we are gonna see a tie game. Yeah, Buck Burner playing out of his mind. 2 home runs in each game and now stepping up at shortstop for the Warbirds. Can Matt Petrikis shut down Adam Couts here and get his team in the dugout with a 1-run lead?
I think that also may have been Buck's first fielding opportunity in the infield. I think that was his first time standing out there as Petrikis has just left shortstop.
And Couts deep to right, and it's gone. And the ones with 4 runs here in the top of the 5th, a 2-run bomb by Spencer Barrick, and a 2-run opposite field jack by Adam Couts retake the lead 8-7.
Couts going opposite field with that one, goes with the pitch, and just cleans it out.
Lead changes, Couts says, back and forth. This game has gone. Maybe this is why we haven't seen Matt Petrikis all night tonight. We were talking about why they weren't going to Matt. Did the ones have a history of beating Petrikis? Or was it just because they wanted to use Mayo and Maccabee? But now they're forced to use Matt, and he has to be the one to work out of this jam. They're not going to go to Buck Burner, to Tyler Rolinski, their emergency pitchers, Dan Pickering. They're just not going to, or Dan started, so they're not going to go to these guys. As Chen with a line drive, one hops the wall. That's going to be a 2-out double. Chen with a triple and a double in this inning.
And Kyle, suddenly, this has been a real seesaw game, and now it seems like the fat kid is sitting on the one side.
The fat kid?
You know, a seesaw. So,
a seesaw.
So
I got it. I thought you were taking a shot at me there. All right, I didn't know what was going on.
Damn.
Chen with a second multiple extra base hit of the inning, a triple and a double, brings up Goot, looking for a single here to bring in an insurance run for the ones. Petrikis has to take care of Goot here, get his team in the dugout, only down 1. Goot
Wow.
swings and misses at that one. Goot 1 for 3 so far in this game.
Pure electricity here in Game 3 at the Hideaway.
Kind of a slow night for Goot. Haven't really seen him hit the big hit yet. See if he can do it here. Waits on that one, rolls it over to Buck. Gonna have to make the throw, and does. Buck Burner gets all 3 outs in that inning, but not before the ones hit 2 2-run shots and get 4 runs back. And the Warbirds go into the dugout trailing 8-7, bottom 5. But they're gonna have Buck Burner to lead off this inning. Top of the lineup, Burner, Maccabee, Mayo, bottom 5 here. Tying run to the plate and every guy that comes to the plate.
What a series.
What's your prediction here, Tom? I mean, this is just a wild one.
I don't think eight's enough. I don't think 8's enough.
It still feels like a coin flip. I mean, as good as the ones are, and as deep as their staff is, and now we're going to see Cody Schmidt coming in here to try to close this one off for the ones. He needs 6 defensive outs. It's just the way the Warbirds are swinging the bats tonight. It does not feel like this is a ones-dominated game. I mean, the Warbirds feel like they are a 50-50 shot here to win this one. What do you think?
I think they have maybe even better than a 50-50 shot. I mean, they're already up 2-0 in the series. They've hit well. They've hit well against Cody earlier in the series. So I don't think 1 run is really something they're going to be worried about right now. I think they're just going to try to put some runs up. They've got 6 outs to play with. And I think someone's going to need 10 to win this game. I'm going to say that right now.
Okay, I like it. Buck Burner going to lead off here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Buck, 2 home runs, game 1. 2 home runs, game 2. 2 home runs here, game 3. A 6 home run series, a feat we've only seen a handful of times, I think 3 times here in PLW. 4 times now in PLW. Adam Tanek had 6 in a 2-game series in season 1. Derek Corral had 6 in a series earlier this season, and Ryan Chen had 7 in a series earlier this season, and now Buck Burner with 6 tonight, looking to do damage once again. Were these guys friends, or was this legit random tryouts? Yeah, some of these guys did know each other. I think Petrikis and Pickering and Warfield kind of knew each other. But Burner was drafted by the Sand Vipers and then traded, and Dodos was traded over for, and Mayo was just traded for. Yeah, man, I mean, these guys are making real moves to build a team to win a championship. We have 3 different seasons, 3 different champions.
Trade deadline tomorrow night, too. A lot of moves are in the works, I think.
Burner gets under that one. Is it going to carry? It's gone! Are you kidding me? It's gone! 7th home run of the night! I thought he might have got under it, Tom, but it carried, and Buck Burner just hit his 7th home run of the night to tie this game.
I'm going to say it again, Kyle. Jim who?
Unbelievable! There's no stopping PLW. Every night, it just delivers in a different way. Different people stepping up for unbelievable performances. And Buck Burner having the night of his life. An epic performance.
Wow, and Trench Pacone showing some range on the container, almost getting to that ball.
He ranged over. That ball was in the air so long, I wasn't sure if it was a fly out to Dobbins. Dobbins wasn't sure. At first, I was calling it gone.
I thought Trench was going to fall onto the field, Kyle.
And then Buck reacted like, oh no, I missed it. And then Dobbins is at the wall, and it lands on the top of the container. And Buck ties Ryan Chen for the record with 7 home runs in a series. Chen did the same thing, 3-2-2, and now Burner's done it. Unbelievable. Evan Shields says, is Buck Burner the best hitter on the Warbirds? Tomorrow on Undisputed. Tomorrow on PLW Extra Innings. Outdoors Dad says, I just started watching this channel and I'm addicted. It's such a good channel. Thanks so much, Dad. We're happy you're here. Maccabee spins this one over to Chen, but he picks it up and it's in foul territory. That ball took such a big sideways spin that by the time Chen touched it, it was in foul territory.
Yep, reaching over into foul territory. Good call by third base umpire Jonathan Wilson.
Maccabee with extra life and makes Schmidt pay for it, so to speak, there as he works a no-out walk. And that's going to bring up Brandon Mayo. Cinco de Mayo night. Had a home run last up, looking to give his team the lead with a hard hit ball here. Takes inside 50 miles an hour.
Mayo with a unique opportunity to face himself. I think Cody Schmidt is the most Mayo-like pitcher in the league.
PLW fans saying no, it never touched the ground. Foul. When there's a ball like that, it's where it gets touched. Mayo rips one up the middle. That is right side. That's going to move Maccabee over to third. First and third, nobody out here for Jimmy Perez. Had a 3-run home run earlier in this game. Mayo 2 for 3 in this game with a home run, a walk, and a single. And that brings up Perez.
And Cody Schmidt out already. Looks like he faced, did he just face 3 batters? And they pulled him right out?
Yep, home run, walk, single.
And they're going to go to Jeremy Lou Allen. Lou Allen perhaps trying to find himself a spot in this one's starting rotation after this series.
Yeah, this was the decision between, I guess, Justin Spurrier and Jeremy Lou Allen, and they're going with Lou Allen. He pitched earlier in this game, and then they pulled him, and Jimmy Perez drips one left side, past the diving Ryan Chen at third base, and that's going to score Peter Maccabee from third, and the Warbirds are back on top. And they're looking for more. First and second, nobody out. Warbirds looking to continue to pile on here and take a big lead into the top of the 6th. Dodo's taking some heat. Little bit of, the Patrick Ewing theory, as they say, where there was this theory where when Patrick Ewing didn't play, that the team played so much better. Maybe it's the Dodos theory.
Yeah.
Look, Warbirds have struggled to hit around Dodos. Maybe Dodos puts a little too much pressure on these guys. Dodos leaves one night, and the Warbirds show up with 12, 9, and 9 so far.
Maybe the Warbirds are going to make a move at the trade deadline.
I mean, the pile they could get for Jim Dodos.
Oh, my.
What do we need the guy for?
Oh, my.
Tom Gannon, you heard it here first. Tom calling a trade. Line drive to Chen. Steps on third. Flips to second to Couts. And that's going to be a double play, the easy way, so to speak.
Okay, they need Jim.
I think that's only 2 outs. Yep, that's only 2 outs. The inning went home run, walk, single, and then double play.
The ones just trying to end that nightmare of an inning early.
They wanted to try to get off of it. Jodo saying he's getting lit up tonight. Yeah, look.
I mean, maybe Jim's on the trading block after this.
That's Tom.
Maybe Jim should take a few more series off. Take the night off a little more often.
Let's see if Tyler Walensky can come through here. Manager Chris Warfield sticking with him despite being 0 for 4 so far in this game. Thought maybe he'd go to give KJ LaCroix a shot here. Walensky stares at ball 1, 56 off the pipe.
Ooh.
Just a little bit ahead of that one. Stormglider saying Dodos for Loman straight up. I don't think Warfield would go for that one. Thank you, though. It's nice of you to think that I'm somehow even close to that man's abilities.
Yeah, maybe Jim he's got to be full-time broadcaster instead. I mean,
Tanik says, Warfield, call me. I'm in the market for Dodos. 2-2 from Lou Allen. Walensky, nice job laying off that trash pitch. Full count here. Runners in motion. And by in motion, I mean not moving. We don't do that here. Walensky, great at bat, turns this lineup over to the man of the evening. I mean, do you pitch to this guy here?
I mean, if there's a guy to pitch around,
I mean, you got Pretty Makabe right behind it, right? Are you going to reload the bases for Makabe?
Yeah, and then Mayo right after him. I mean, what are you going to do? It looks like they're going back to Adam Couts.
I do know that, for the most part, the ones are not fans of intentional walks in PLW. They think, look, it's wiffle ball. You should go right after a guy. I don't care if he's hot or not, if he's a great hitter.
Well, I think even if you're not going right after the guy, why intentionally walk when you could throw 4 pitches, maybe hot, maybe outside the zone?
And Burner is a guy who at times...
A free swinger.
Yeah, he's a free swinger. He has a very high K rate as well, but that's why he hits so many home runs, because he is up there swinging the bat.
Yeah, so you got to think, is AK going to maybe pitch around him here, see if he gets himself out?
Bruce asking how many RBI Buck has tonight. Honestly, I don't know, Bruce. So we've lost track. He's hit so many he's hit 7 home runs.
20.
I mean,
20.
Cody Runnels said earlier this year, Ryan Chen had 17 RBI in a 3-game series, and he heard that number and was like, how is that even possible? Nobody's ever going to match that. And I've lost track.
Careful what you wish for.
There's a chance Buck has more than that. And Buck goes after the first pitch from Buck, from Adam Couts, and we're 0-2 here with 2 outs, runners on first and second. Couts. Waste 161, down and away.
Good leave there.
Couts delivers. And gets Burner swinging. Great job by Adam Couts keeping this a 1-run game, but damage done. Buck Burner with a solo shot to tie the game. His 7th home run, Tom. 7th home run of the night. And then
I don't know if I have 7 home runs this season.
It's just bonkers. I think I have 9 or 8 or something. It's ridiculous to have that many in one night.
And guess who's coming out to the mound? He was not out of innings. They were saving it for this moment right here. Cinco de who?
Brandon Mayo, back on the hill. We thought maybe he was out of innings, and then we thought, well, even if he wasn't, wouldn't they throw him in the 5th? But nope. They said, okay, Matt, we're going to need 1 inning out of you. We got the 1 inning. It wasn't as clean as we wanted, but now we got our guy, Brandon Mayo, on Cinco de Mayo, 3 outs away from completing this Warbirds sweep of the #1 ranked the Ones.
Who else would you want on his day, Cinco de Mayo?
And we're going to have Barrick, Dobbins, Spurrier. And Barrick has to try to work a walk or at least put up a great at-bat here and try to get this lineup turned over to Dobbins and Spurrier, guys who can really are more really likely to make this game flip on its head.
Yeah, this is not done. Barrick hit a huge game-tying home run in their series against the
Barrick
Vaders.
rolls one over to LaCroix. Strong throw to the backstop, and it does hit the lower part for the first out. KJ LaCroix, welcome back over there for his defensive prowess. And the Warbirds are 2 outs away as Mayo tinks bottom pipe. 54. Barrick's like, Dobbins is like, you got to be kidding me.
He just got buckled.
Yeah. There's no chance you're swinging at that. That's the pitch you're just going to let the guy win on. See if Mayo goes hot here, 0-2. And he does. 60. That's kind of his thing. 0-2 gets ahead. Likes to throw in the zone, but throws hot a lot. 1-2. Dobbins looking to hit the ball hard. Down and away, 2-2. Now Mayo's going to come after him.
That 55 miles per hour speed limit is one of the toughest things for hitters. With 2 strikes and you see a ball that's going to hit the strike zone, that baseball brain really stops you from taking it.
And Dobbins just gets under this one. And Mayo calls off the sure-handed Petrikis, but he's like, it's my night. That's my ball. I want it. And secures it for the second out. And here comes Justin Spurrier, a man with 4 home runs so far tonight. Can he find one more to tie this game? But he rolls it over to Petrikis at short to the backstop, and he grounds it out, and that's a complete Warbirds sweep of the ones.
What
12
did we
to
just
10
watch?
game 1, 9-1 game 2, and 9-8 game 3. The Warbirds have swept the ones.
You know, Kyle, I can now say that I have seen it all.
Wow, what a performance. Without Jim Dodos. We talked pregame. That's going to be a costly omission from their lineup.
Apparently not. Jim who?
Apparently not. Joao is right. What a series. Put up the poll. Put Buck Burner on all the spots. Who do you guys want to see?
I want to see Jim Dodos on the trade block now.
What a night all around for the Warbirds. But, man, was it the night of Buck Burner. 7 home runs, a pile of RBIs. We'll have to see what the final number is in the box score after that. Man, Sandstone saying to the Warbirds, just win the ship? No, but that's a humongous series. Tyler Walensky saying no poll. Of course the fans want to see Buck.
And Chen, definitely upset, not happy about the sweep, trying to pump his team up a little bit.
I like to see that.
Chen, what are you guys smiling at? We just got swept by one of the last place teams.
I like to see that leadership.
Why are we all happy-go-lucky? I actually do like that.
I like seeing that leadership out of Ryan Chen.
How's Brandon Mayo, Cinco de Mayo not on there? Cinco de Mayo.
It is Cinco de Mayo, but I believe we're not even going to bother with the poll, and we are going to have Buck Burner come up.
It looks like we're having some serious errors in the poll. There are simply too many votes for Buck Burner before we put the poll up. So I'm going to go get Buck Burner.
We'll
have you do that post-game interview while I'm gone. Do another teaser for that MLB The Show raid we have coming up.
Yeah, just
We've
after
got
the
Sean
stream.
Merciel open up all those about 60 packs of cards.
Yeah, Sean Merciel going to be playing MLB The Show just after this. Stick around, hang out. We know all you guys on Twitch love those video games. You're not just here for some awesome wiffle ball. You're here for some sweet gaming. Man, what a night this has been all around. Just an awesome, awesome night to be up here in the booth and watch this.
Wow.
Mitchell, Buck Burner, welcome to the booth after an incredible night. You know, I talked pregame, your main man, the guy who could win MVP in this league. You have 2 MVP candidates on the opposite sides of this field tonight. Ryan Chen, what would have been Jim Dodos, but he wasn't here. And you just needed the whole team to step up. And yourself and the rest of the squad just came in with an incredible performance. Yourself, 7 home runs, 2 in game 1, 2 in game 2, 3 in game 3. Tell me what you were feeling and what you saw up there at the plate tonight.
It's unreal. I mean, just seeing the ball really well. Came back from Panama a couple weeks back and a little refreshed.
Yeah,
and
good breather.
Cleared the mind, and since then it's just it's much better at bats, and that's when I succeed is when I'm not swinging at the bad ones.
Yeah, the ability to not just go up there hacking and to start to work deeper in counts and force these guys to come to you. A hitter as quality and as strong as yourself, when they are forced to come to you and throw pitches that they view as competitive but obviously are in the zone and ones you're looking for, you know, you're just going to punish them more often than not, and that's exactly what you want to do as a batter all around. You want to just work hard, go deep in counts, and just punish these pitchers for getting behind in counts. And
they threw a lot of. I mean, there was a lot of pitches right over the plate.
Yeah,
especially first pitches. I'm looking to get ahead. So you know me, I swing out of my shoes. So when it's there, yeah, absolutely. But lately I've been actually hitting the ball. So it's a big difference when I'm squaring up the ball. That last one, I thought it was an out, so it kind of carried.
I called it right away as I thought it was gone, and then I saw your reaction, and I knew you just got under it, and then I saw Dobbins at the wall, and I was like,
they're teaming up on it. I thought one of them was going to push the other one up. Just a
little 10 fingers action to get him up. Just really incredible performance overall
tonight. It was a lot of fun, I mean, playing this team, the ones are, you know, it's that team that you got to get pumped up for because they bring a lot of energy.
They bring the best out of you.
So they bring that energy, and you got to match it, and you almost have to one-up them, which we did, and we won a lot of innings, which you know, we have a lot of fun over in our dugout.
Yeah, and
we got a squad. We do.
You have a good collection of guys over there now, and playing a team like the ones with somebody like Adam Couts on the other side, who after a couple of good things that go their way can be loud.
Sure.
So if you have to compete with them and keep that momentum, you know, on your side, doing it with some big swings is the way to do it. Yeah. And yeah, man, it was really awesome to watch tonight.
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun when we have success and when things go our way. You know, we shoot ourselves in the foot a lot on defense, and I take a lot of the blame. You know, sometimes I feel like I can't play wiffle if there's a ball in the air.
A lot of us look the teams that are at the bottom half of the league. You know, there's kind of a reason that they've lost a lot of the close ones. They lose those. They make a few more mistakes than the better teams in the league, and maybe the ones and the Vaders and the Sand Vipers just are a little more sure-handed in those spots. And yeah, maybe that's why they win the few extra games. But you see tonight the parity in the league where a team ranked 9th, 12 games under 500, can just take the number 1 seed down. There's so much parity in this league, top to bottom. Yes, on the standings, it looks like there's a large separation between the bottom and the top. But we know when we step between those lines that that's not the case.
Well, yeah, when you look at the games that we play, I mean, we've lost I don't know how many one-run games, and in a lot of those games we were in the lead in the end. So, you know, the standings don't really show the quality of teams, really.
Agreed.
You know, it's when everybody comes together and you put a good series together. You got to win those series. So once we won those first two, you know, we weren't going to let them win that last one.
Yeah.
You know, we had momentum, and it was fun to be down and keep coming back, and be down and keep coming back. So.
One of the grittiest and gutsiest performances probably in Warbirds history, maybe save like the wild card game that the relegation game that they've won, and save something like that. But I think I'm sure everybody in your dugout recognized that this was like a must-win game. Yeah, you take the first two, but now you have the opportunity to sweep this team.
Yeah, you got to put them away.
You have to put them away, right? That's just another 50-50 game. Sure. Tom and I were calling it the whole game. We were like, this one has to be could go either way.
Yeah.
Yes, on paper it looks like the ones are the favorite, but this game felt it could go either way, and I knew you guys felt that the whole time.
Absolutely.
And it was good to see you guys win one of those 50-50s and get a big sweep. Yeah. Moves you to 15-24 and starts the climb. I mean, I was telling Tom, this is the type of team that could easily win 7 of 8 or 9 of 10. Yep. And this is all without a guy who's basically the best hitter in the league, Jim Dodos.
We missed Jim tonight. I think that we 15-run rule at least 2 of those games with
probably.
Jim here. Absolutely. Yeah. And who knows what could have happened in that last game too.
Yeah,
so
amazing
he's
performance.
A big piece. You know, he brings a lot of energy and a lot of intangibles to our team.
Yeah, it's hard to not want to play for that guy who, who's that much of a competitor.
Teammate.
Yeah,
amazing
for sure.
Teammate. Yeah.
So, yeah, amazing performance all around tonight, especially by you, Mr. Burner.
Thank you.
7 home runs. Congratulations.
Appreciate
Likely the front runner for player of the week, and I'll be happy to give that nod for you in that contest. 7 home runs. Who knows how many RBIs? We'll take a look at it when we see the box scores. Somewhere between 15 and 20, I think. And just amazing all around clutch. Awesome performance. Congratulations to you and the boys. Have some fun tonight.
I appreciate it. Yeah, we're happy Cinco de Mayo, everybody. We're going to be drinking margaritas.
Have some fun. We're going to bring Tom Gannon back to the booth to close this one off. That was Buck Burner coming off a 7 home run performance tonight. We were talking earlier at one point, it was Spurrier and Burner going back and forth. They both had 4 home runs.
And then Buck pulled away.
And then Buck pulled away with 3 more here in Game 3. Just an incredible job by Buck Burner to lead off tonight. Peter Mock will be right behind them. Brandon Cinco de Mayo on his night. Great work on the hill with the bat. Jamie Perez with home runs. Tyler Walensky with the home runs. Matt Petrikis with some hits and walks. I mean, just a team effort top to bottom job by this Warbirds. KJ LaCroix playing defense. Great job by manager Chris Warfield taking over managing tonight and getting a sweep of the ones. Impressive
and here's
stuff.
The fun part. We're not done. Get ready for the raid. We're about to head over to PLW Gaming. Sean Merciel going to open up about 60 packs of cards, so get ready for that.
Nice.
And tomorrow night, Sand Vipers, Cajuns, Friday night action.
Can't wait.
It's going to be pretty fun, so don't forget to tune in for that.
Tom Gannon will be on the hill tomorrow. I can't wait to watch you do do what you do and continue your dominance.
Got my buddy Mooman TV in the chat. Thanks for tuning in. Another wiffle ball player, big time guy, and looks like that's pretty much it for us here at PLW.
Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. We saw a Warbirds sweep of the #1 ranked ones. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us tonight. We will see you same time tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Pacific, here on Twitch. See you then.